Well, that's a good way to start off. Al coughing. So we'll keep the same formula off the bat. Let's see. I got Jen some cranberry juice and this fucking, what is it, Long Island iced tea shooter?
It's rough.
Long Island.
Holy Christ.
A little
They have,
shooter of
like,
Long
99
Island.
banana, 99 berry, it's 99 lemon.
And then mix some Burnett's cherry in here. So, Susan, what do you got?
Bud Light Lime.
Bud Light Lime. And my sister Jamie's here because we're lucky to have her, I guess. And
Is this vodka?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's cherry vodka. So,
Say hi, Jamie.
Hi.
you probably want to get closer to Susan.
Yeah.
But, Jen, what do you got?
Well, I don't always do it, but Strong Ball hard cider. I got a cheap bottle of Lambrusco wine, and I'm going to do a shot of Jack Honey to start us off.
So, much like your sex life, it can't just be with one partner. So.
Touche.
What do you got, Al?
Jack Daniels, Tennessee.
Oh, God. Yeah, so like I said, Jamie, before, is like, we don't know when people listen to this, even ourselves. Could be 6 months from now, could be a year from now. Before we get into the elephant in the room, because, fuck, like I was telling Al, we record on Tuesday, and it's Saturday. Just how much shit just happened in the course of 4 fucking days.
Yeah.
It's truly goddamn amazing how fast something can go down. Like,
Yes, it is.
so, anyway, I'll try to do some comedy shit because I like starting off with comedy because like the situation that we're going through, we could spend 20 hours on that shit. Like it just, we'll talk about it for an extent, but we can't just do it. It's too dour. So, I always heard about that. So of course, me and Al keep talking about funny shit with TikTok, and the beauty with TikTok is there's so many fucking morons out there. We can just do every episode some new dumb shit TikTok has fucking done. So this new guy named Jason Derulo, he did a TikTok challenge where
Is that the singer Jason Derulo?
apparently so. Well,
Okay.
what he did is that he wanted to do a TikTok challenge of putting a corn on the cob on a power drill.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. So this was news to me.
Wait,
what?
He put a corn on the cob on a fucking power drill. So, and the thing is to eat the corn on the cob while the power drill is going.
I guarantee you that's going to rip some people's teeth right out there.
Well, look at the picture, Al. So what happened? What happened
Lord.
when he bit into the fucking corn on the cob? It ripped his 2 fucking front teeth out. So it's like,
that sucks too, because I find Jason Derulo to be kind of cute.
Again,
I
just
think
like,
I've seen the one where like they have it on the drill and they have a butter knife and then it kind of takes the kernels off. But I have
If you're
seen.
gonna do that,
I don't
that
know.
makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Ow.
So this guy took it to the next level, I guess.
I've seen it before, but yeah, that's just stupid.
yeah.
I don't even feel bad for him.
No, I don't. But that's the beauty to
I don't feel
TikTok
bad
is.
for him, but damn, dude.
That was his last corner of the cob. If you think about it, he ain't got no. He was fucked now.
Yeah, so it's just pretty funny, like I said, how TikTok every episode will have some shit with TikTok can do. So
I tell you my favorite one.
what?
The Jessica, it's me, Jessica.
God. Yeah.
It's so true.
so,
It's
like-
like we're all fat and nasty now, but we were cute once.
So like many people on YouTube and Twitter, Instagram, I've only heard of these certain people in passing because they're horrible fucking people. But I'm not sure how much you guys know about this JoJo Siwa chick. Yeah, she's like
I know who she is.
Yeah, another one of these 17-year-old YouTubers who have more money than the 4 of us combined.
Well,
for
she started on Dance
Dance
Moms.
Moms.
Okay, yeah. And now she's a professional YouTuber currently. So for her 17th birthday, she wanted to have a JoJo Siwa birthday that was JoJo Siwa themed. So JoJo Siwa talked about her JoJo Siwa birthday party, buying all merchandise of JoJo Siwa. So she sat inside of her $4 million mansion that her dickhead fans fucking bought, and all of her apparel was of herself. So it's like, it's really great to know that you're just
That self-centered.
yeah. Holy Christ.
The only thing positive I can say about JoJo is that versus like someone like Miley Cyrus, she's 17, but she's still like a kid. You don't see her having like a porn video out there.
Yeah.
So
Well, she's 17, so give it a year.
yeah, that's
I
true.
love Miley Cyrus. So.
They all go crazy. Britney Spears went crazy. Christina got a little
She hasn't
whack.
gone crazy yet, so we'll.
Yeah, well, it's going to happen.
Give her
So.
the benefit of the doubt.
But
for
it
right now.
was hilarious. Where it's like Ralph Garman, he talked about that. Where just these total fucking oblivious douchebags, where everything is you talking to third person and stuff, and you're so fucking self-centered and full of your own bullshit that you need to fucking brag about your $4 million mansion that all your
She got $4 million damn dollars.
yeah.
So.
But with that, what her fans give her, but said too, it's like I'm gonna for Chris's 40th birthday, I'm gonna have a Chrisville fucking themed birthday inside Chris's bedroom with Chris's pictures and Chris's.
like T-shirts and everything.
for
Like,
holy-
if I ever do that, just shoot me. Like, I am out of my. I'm no coming back. I'm nuts.
I
Like, I'm that self-centered fucking.
If you
Really?
made $4 million from it, you'd be like, okay, Jen, everything.
Yeah.
I know, but that would be creepy. You look around the room and your face is
for
on like
$4
everywhere.
million,
Can you
would do
really
it.
blame her though for being self-censored?
Oh,
She's
you
got
can.
a bunch of fans that throw money at her for wearing skimpy shit. Like, if you could do that, and everybody's like, "I want to drink your bath water. I want to lick your garbage pail." Like, people
Back
out
in
there
the
like
day,
that. Like,
NSYNC came to the Pepsi Arena, like whatever the Times Union
God,
Center now.
like 20 years
NSYNC
ago.
came there. There were people trying to break into the room to get like Justin Timberlake's toenails. Like it was rumored that he clipped his toenails in like the toilet bowl, and they were trying to like break in. Like, did he drop one on the floor? Like, what is
At
wrong
that
with
point,
people?
you know you've already sold your soul to the devil. You might as well make a profit from it.
Okay, I love Justin Timberlake, but no.
Ew.
No.
Nice fucking
Some people
toenails,
sniffing
man.
that every night.
yeah. So I mean, I personally don't have her address and stuff or her fan club or anything. But you know,
I
I
watched the dance moms.
I really wish I could send her a fucking birthday present, which would be probably me drinking some, like, you know, chocolate milk, a bottle of X-Lax, and then hopping over a fucking bowl and sending it to her for her fucking birthday. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. But-
Send her just like a selfie with like whipped cream and a thong, Chris. Like that'll make her whole day.
I'm not even mad
Well,
at
she's
her. I want to
only
know who the
17,
president
that
of her
way
fan
Oh,
club is.
true. No, that's
Send
like,
him a bowl of
statutory.
shit. Like, holeless.
When
Yeah.
she's 18, you could send her all you want, but until then.
It's so awesome how people get fucking popular nowadays. So I'm gonna.
I see
Speaking
her.
of 18-year-olds, can we talk about Kaya?
Yes.
So-
This episode.
Please.
We don't know this, so this morning I'll let Joey take over. But the kind of brother that I am, which is horrible. But so of course this morning I go upstairs and mother's like, "Well, like, you know what your psychotic sister did?" And the first thing in my fucking mind is like, "What the fuck did Jen do now?"
So true.
And she's like, "No, your younger one." Like, "Oh, you mean the fucking brown one? Okay. What the hell did the brown one do now?" So
God, brown one.
yeah. It's like, so apparently you guys can take over, but what? It's because
Yeah, Jen can
you're
tell
not as
her
drunk as I am.
story.
But what did our lovely 18-year-old psychotic sister do last
So
night?
we were gonna have we're actually doing a late celebration for my nephew's birthday, but whatever, the weather wasn't holding up, this and that. So I called mom, or vice versa, or she called me, I'm not too sure. I was like groggy, hungover, drinking with our cousin last night. So mom's like, well, I didn't sleep well last night. You know, mom's got back problems and this and that. And I said, well, what's going on? And she goes, well, I was up and down all night. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, whatever. She's like, no, like, physically I'm fine. Like, everything. She's like, I was up and down because your sister beat the fuck out of her boyfriend last night and pulled a knife on him. And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, well, your little sister was at a party, and then he came to pick her up, and she wasn't ready to leave, and she was drunk. Mind you, she's 18, so she's drunk at a house party. Whatever, we've all been there. Drunk at a house party. Her boyfriend comes to pick her up. She starts swinging at him. Comes back here. I guess she pulled a knife on him, and like mom was up and down last night, not because of her back issues, like she slept wrong. No, she kept checking to make sure the kid was still breathing. Like, oh fuck, mom. Well, you lived through Jamie. Obviously, you lived through Chris, Jamie. Like Susan's not as wild as fucking kids as we
Jen
were,
was
but
like a poster child for a while.
I was the baddest. I was a bad child.
Jen would make any parent be fucking pro-choice.
I was such a
Worst
little
part-
asshole.
The worst
I
part of
still
it
am
is,
kind
though, too, today she's in the bathroom. She doesn't remember pulling the knife on him. She's in the bathroom getting ready, and she's like, I've got bruises on me. And we're like, yeah, and he probably has a concussion.
Yeah.
That's a lesson to be learned.
Poor
You can
kid.
get drunk, just don't get blackout. when
Yeah,
you
she's
don't
got
remember
bruises
what
on
the
her too, and
hell
her
you
boyfriend's
did.
half her fucking size. I was like, bruises? You got friggin' bruises because you probably fell down. You feel like I think you put the kid in the hospital last
Or
night.
because he was
Or
trying
he
to
was trying to hold
restrain
her arms back. She's got bruises on like right here. He was trying, like, I know I've been in plenty of an altercation in my life, but obviously she's related. She came out of the same bag. She's our little sister, and she's just
Oh,
as
boy.
crazy as all of us.
I'm not drunk
Worst
enough for
part
this.
is she got the poor kid crying.
And
I love
he's the
her.
sweetest little boy. Like he really is. What he is, like half the size of her.
And she's not big. That's
This is what I told my
sad
son.
part.
Not yet.
I told my son for his birthdays. We did a little barbecue cookout, but Rain fucked it up. I was like, "See, your Aunt Kaya is fucking insane."
Just like all the other women in your life.
Yeah. But being the only boy in the family, and we'll have these discussions over the course of whatever podcast we do. I've always said, "Hey guys, you think I'm joking. The old cliche is like, I'll get my older brother against you. If you hit me, I'll whoop your ass and stuff. I have, for the most part, done a pretty good job, I think, as an older brother, where I'm like, listen, if you hit one of my fucking sisters, if she has to fucking call me, that's the least of your fucking problems, because each one of them will seriously cut your fucking balls off. And she's 18 and she's already bigger than me. And yeah, it's just like, and I told Kai, and she knows this. I was like, she's been to plenty of scraps, plenty of fights. And it's like, he's at this point, he may break up with her. He won't cheat on her because she will fucking beat him probably to death. So it's like, yeah, I never have to worry about my sister's. Oh, Chris, I'm in a fucking abusive relationship. That ain't gonna happen. Like,
public service announcement: be careful of the women in this family. We're all fucking.
She is in an abusive relationship. She's just the abuser. He needs help.
That's like,
she is so mean to this kid.
I mean, it's funny. We're laughing about it now, but this is the same thing we were talking about with the Johnny Depp.
I was just thinking
Johnny Depp was probably in an abusive relationship with that crazy bitch.
Oh yeah.
But there are men, and like we're laughing about it because we know like Kaya's like she's crazy, and like me and Jamie, like whatever, like, but she's not actually gonna kill him. She's just gonna put the fear of God in him.
Yeah.
And, like, he'll never act some type of way again.
Oh, she's definitely the dominant one too. Because I swore, because I'm downstairs and her bedroom's upstairs. I could have swore a few times too. It was like screaming, but it wasn't from a woman. Like it was so. She's the man in that relationship. Trust me. Like, so I'm like,
you know, it's sad though when he's walking into the kitchen to tell your mom that Kai is being mean to him. Like, he literally will go into the kitchen and start crying to your mom.
I'm not gonna lie, boyfriends that I've dated have called my mom like, Nancy, I can't with your daughter.
So have I. I've been with Brian for like 15 damn years, and I tell people that I'm the man, and then they meet us, they're like, oh yeah, I totally see that.
So basically, we have a bunch of brutes in our family.
Rough, tough bitches.
Like re-listening to some podcasts, like Al was saying the other day, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fuck hypocrite. If my youngest son fucks a teacher, I'm gonna give him a high five and I'm gonna put that bitch in jail too. He's like, at least I'll admit to it.
I stand by it.
That's great.
As I said, dude, we've heard more of this shit too. I love re-listening to stuff, that funny shit we say. But like when I was breaking down, like Jamie, did you listen to our last one?
No, I haven't.
Well,
I was telling her about it a little
It's just
bit.
like when I was breaking down the whole history of Elvis and the Fool's Gold Loaf, and I'm explaining how it gets created. And fucking Al, he just got to play off movies like Chris, just do it slower. Like, could you imagine? It's a Fool's Gold Loaf. They take an entire loaf of French bread, they hollow it out, and they put an entire jar of peanut butter, then an entire jar of jelly, then a pound of bacon.
You're gonna die.
It's 8,000 calories.
Oh my god!
It's like, it legit sounds like it
It's like
tastes
Elvis
good.
apparently
It's
ordered
just too
30
much.
of
I don't
goddamn
like bacon,
shit to
but
eat.
yeah, like a big ass PB&J. It's just a loaf of French
But then
bread.
think of bacon and all the grease that, even if you get all the grease off of the bacon, there's still.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like places
Listen,
that
I'm
do
not gonna
like
sit
not
here and
just
let
the
you guys
lettuce
debase
burgers.
bacon, all right?
Love
It is
bacon.
the food sent from heaven.
Oh,
I am not a vegetarian, but I just don't like the taste because my mom was
No,
so
I love
paranoid
bacon.
about germs, she would burn
God.
everything
Yeah.
crispy black.
That-
Like a fucking hamburger was a car tire. It was like, thanks, Mom, for providing this wonderful food. And I'm gonna lose teeth trying to pull it apart.
Yeah.
Like my mom.
Well, almost like Al was saying, when this whole vegan trend started, which who knows when the fuck it started, but someone was doing some kind of taste test, but every top chef across the country has fucking proven that fucking bacon makes shit taste better. Then with the whole thing, like, bacon and people living longer and health benefits, they were doing fucking studies and stuff too, and they were studying people, like the top, like whatever X amount of people who lived in this country past 100 years old. Everybody lived past 100. At least like 90% of them eat bacon daily, and
They're probably cooking bacon.
and they're all living
grease.
past 100. So
Right.
There's
Probably
nothing anybody can
frying
tell
up
me.
chicken wings in
My
bacon
father
grease
was
and
like,
shit.
I have bacon for breakfast, I drink my lunch, and I have bacon for dinner. He was like to be like 100 years old.
There's
And
nothing
that
anybody
little
can tell
George
me to
man
make me
that
give up
used to
bacon.
Smoke the cigars.
It's not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Like, that man had a freaking scotch in his cigar every time you seen him, and he was
Yeah.
like 100 years old.
that's why I love that. I'll never
And
forget. Like
bacon.
He
I've got.
outlived all the doctors that told him he was gonna die.
I got Jamie into Lewis Black. When Lewis Black did that
Louis
entire
Black is
skit,
the man.
he did that entire fucking bit about the oldest fucking living man in New York City. And he asked him what his diet was. And he told him, he's like, every morning he would have like, bacon and also fucking bread that was deep fried in fatback. And he said, well, fatback, why not bacon for? He goes, bacon, that's too lean. And he would every fucking day drink like 2 pints of like what was it, like wild turkey whiskey or something.
Yes.
And he goes, he's like, and any doctor would say, "What the fuck, you crazy? You insane? You have to start eating a diet of vegetables and green stuff too, and fruits." And Lewis Black's like, he would did that, he would been fucking dead in a week.
Right.
It's like, here's a man who knew exactly what his body needed, and this guy, and Lewis Black's like, this is a guy who basically lived off what we would consider to be fucking rocket fuel. It's like,
No, there's like that's what I was trying to say. There's like places that like you can like two like I don't eat bacon, but like like cook together bacon like when you take it out. Like I do, but not really. I don't like it. But like people make the buns out of it. And then put like I don't know. There's places that do it.
Wendy's
At
or
Famous
Taco
Lunch in
Bell
Troy.
had, like a bacon taco or
yes,
something.
I tried it.
Famous Lunch in Troy does like
course it
a
was.
bacon bun.
I
Like
was afraid.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have a heart attack mid bite.
What's like Al said?
Listen, that's the way to go out.
out.
I
Mama
promise
Cass.
you that when
Mama
I die,
Cass choking on a hot
I'm
dog.
going to be found with food in my hand and crumbs all over me, sauce on my shirt. That's how I'm going out. Like, there's no better way.
Bathtub.
Like,
How much?
you think, like, honestly,
bucket over here.
would you want to give up all the shit in life that you love the most just to live a few extra years? Why? What's the point? To live 3 extra years for what? Like, I will not. I refuse. That's.
There was the episode of Parks and Recreation where Chris Traeger and Ron Swanson had a competition with burgers. And Chris Traeger's like,
Yes.
he made the turkey burger.
Oh
He
my
made
God.
this gourmet, beautiful burger. And then Ron Swanson comes, he's like, I just made a burger. And all the people did the taste test.
Yup.
And they're like, oh, this vegan good burger is good. They ate one bite of Ron's burgers, like, this is so much better.
Yeah.
And even the guy who made the vegan burger, he's like, oh my God, that's so
No,
good.
I can make a mean black bean burger, but it's a lot of fucking work for just going buying a pound of ground
like
beef.
Chris Pratt's character's like, I did all that work for nothing.
I feel like it's a waste. Like, me and Chris had this conversation way back when Burger King first came out with the what was it called?
Impossible.
The tacos.
The Impossible Burger, whatever.
Impossible
I've
Whopper,
never
yeah.
tried it.
And I was
I
like,
tried it.
my whole question was like, what's the point? Because if you want a burger that tastes like a burger, eat a goddamn burger. Like,
I will give it to him
why
though.
would you?
It's
I
impossible
enjoy
that it
veggie
tasted the
burgers.
most burger-like than any other kind of
It's a
vegan
complete-
garden veggie burger,
Do you
black
know
bean
the
burger.
process that you have to put vegetables through
Oh,
to
God,
make it taste like a
Those
burger?
poor vegetables had to go through some
Like,
shit.
you're probably putting more poison in your body by eating
The
that. Like,
vegetables were fed cows.
Yeah, 'cause yeah, because like no, I tried it out of curiosity. I wanted to see what the Impossible Whopper would taste like, and the thing is, because they cook it the exact same way and they put the exact same ingredients in terms of like, if you think of a Whopper, you think of they flame broil it, they put on lettuce, tomatoes, mayonnaise, ketchup. They make it the exact same way, so it's like, so that in itself too, you can even taste like the gas inside of it. So, but like I would say too, it's not like you can't take like a piece of lettuce, some green fucking peas, some broccoli, put it into a fucking blender, make a patty, and it tastes like fucking meat. That ain't how it happens.
Exactly.
There's a ton of shit inside that quote unquote veggie burger that's not natural. Like,
Well, since we're on the topic of food too, like Burger King tried to do tacos, so I
of course I
shit
tried
you-
them.
I shit you
I love
not.
tacos.
So I tried these fucking tacos from Burger
They're
King.
fucking awful.
So then I see like a week later, somebody's posting like a meme on Facebook, like a friend, acquaintance of mine, whatever. Put 2020 and like a GIF or like a meme, and I just looked up like Burger King tacos. That explains all of 2020. that was 2020.
those tacos were 99 cents for a fucking reason. I eat
never
that shit.
tried it.
Oh man,
I tried
You're
it.
Not missing nothing.
It's you get what you pay for. Like,
Oh man, it was like a soggy, sloppy empanada from Taco Bell. But it's meat
almost
and
like what
it's gross.
I was saying. I tried it out of curiosity, see how it would fucking taste. When you look at fucking nutritional facts of that Impossible Whopper, again, it's just like, there is so much. It's just go eat the fucking burger, because like, oh, I'm eating healthier. Bullshit. Like, trust me, the sodium, it just like tripled the sodium inside this Impossible Burger.
Jamie says they put cows in the fertilizer. That was the funniest shit I've
Technically,
heard of.
fertilizer comes from the cows. Oh.
The great circle of life.
Oh Christ. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, it's like the whole fucking vegan thing and stuff too. It's just like,
People are omnivores. We have canine teeth
God.
for a reason.
I forgot what Al said a while back, not too long ago.
There was a whole study done. This guy, I forgot his name, but there was a whole study that he did that he was like, he explained what humans as an animal is supposed to eat.
Yeah.
We're literally only supposed to eat like fruits, vegetables, and certain animals and water. That is our diet.
Your grinders, your back teeth, these are all plant-eating teeth.
Yes.
We have these canines. Well, we have the munchers. Like, we have plant-based predominantly.
So what you're saying now?
And then they started talking about the reason that we get all these sicknesses from food is because a lot of the food we eat is shit that we just made up. Like, you know, like there is no bread tree, there's no soda tree, there's nothing.
Right.
This is foods that we created just to either turn a profit or at some point in time we need it out of necessity.
Or to get somebody hooked on like the sugar content or whatever. Like sugar is the most addicting thing.
It really is.
My husband, like, he reads like the craziest stuff, but if you look at Native Americans,
So,
he used to
oh,
make this tiny
There you
little,
go.
this like kind of corn pellet that was filled with like, it was made with corn, but it was also made with like, they put other nutrients in it and they could live off of that while they were hunting meat. Yeah. And it was amazing that this one little tiny hunk of nutrition would
protein
that.
Would
it wasn't
keep
even
your
protein.
stamina
It was
up.
like made with like vegetables and stuff, but it was so condensed that they would have to take a bite of it and then go hunting and stuff. So that was interesting. So it's like...
Yeah, before everything got fucking genetically modified and stuff and pumped with steroids and shit like that and just...
Before capitalism influenced food.
Yeah.
Although Kevin Smith talked
even
about
milk.
that.
Let's not go into that whole
Kevin
thing.
talked about in Joe Rogan's podcast with the whole, like, it was fascinating, just like the whole history of like cows and corn in this country, and just it's it's amazing where it's like, because cows don't eat corn. That's a proven fucking fact. Cows eat grass. So the fact that they're stuffing all these fucking cows with corn into the corn industry and the high fructose corn syrup, and that's also a problem
to
too.
make them bigger so that they're meatier, so they get more bang for their buck.
But then also people too.
Goddamn geniuses.
I know. Fuck. So.
But have you ever had a milk from an organic farm, a true organic farm, not a farm that's...
Fun fact, Jamie
I can't
doesn't drink
afford it.
dairy milk anymore. She does all
Really?
soy or almond.
Holy Christ.
I'd like to
I've been
say
doing that
from
for
the-
2 years now.
I'd like to say from the bottom of my heart, fuck milk, because that shit is gross.
It is. I agree.
Are you
1000%.
lactose intolerant though?
I am lactose intolerant.
Yes,
Most
that's how I
people-
knew. You say it that strongly, I knew.
A lot of
But it's
people
just like
become
I feel-
lactose later in their lives.
I honestly
Yeah.
feel like drinking milk is the most unnatural shit we could do.
Yes.
Like there is no other species on the
Exactly.
fucking planet
I was
that
gonna
drinks
say
milk
that.
into
Yes.
adulthood. We're the only, and we're not even drinking our own milk. We're
right.
fucking sucking milk
We're
from a
not
whole
sucking on
nother
somebody's
species.
tit in
Like,
our adult lives. We're drinking off another animal's
That's
mom.
ridiculous.
But I love a bowl of cereal in the morning though. I still
But the thing
I
is,
don't.
if you have certain almond milks with cereal, you honestly don't.
And I'm
taste
still
the
like
difference.
Lewis Black, so you know what? That's not fucking almond milk. It's almond juice. You
Fine,
know
I'll
why?
drink the almond
He's like,
juice,
because
that's
Lewis
fine.
Black's like, I don't know a lot about a lot, but the bottom line is there's no almond titty, okay?
Milking an almond.
Yeah, it's like
It's juiced almond.
fuck this juice
Honestly, a lot of
bullshit.
the time
like-
I just eat cereal like dry, and that
My
tastes
thing
good
is,
to me.
any kind of fucking juice that comes from nuts, I don't fucking trust. Okay, it's just like I'm drinking peanut juice. Like,
Coconut
something.
milk. Coconut
I don't like
milk.
coconut.
That's debatable. Yeah, but coconut's whole water and shit
See,
too.
I don't like soy. I like almond opposed to soy.
I top it too. Well, that's also been the biggest thing with people talked about testosterone and stuff too. Half these diets happen. Most of these fucking diets, these Special K diets, these fucking the Atkins diets, etc., they're loaded with fucking soy. Soy is fantastic for a female. But men
true.
are, we're not supposed to be fucking, men
You're
are not
right.
supposed to be, when I was in fucking prison, getting part of Chris's prison regimen, they would fucking they would flood the fuck out of soy burgers, soy hot dogs, soy fucking meatballs, and I'll tell you what, because the thing is, they don't want guys in fucking jail
get too big.
getting a lot of testosterone. It's why creatine has been fucking outlawed in most fucking jails, because they don't want fucking dudes getting so fucking big where it's going to take 19 guards to take down one guy. Because
That's weird. That's like a own freakish whole nother episode.
That's like Oliver
population
Twist.
control to like maintain, alter somebody's diet because they're
really
locked
is.
up, and like just to keep them at check. You know what I mean? That's a whole
Well, that's like
fucking other
Oliver
episode.
Twist. If you remember that tale, they gave the kids gruel. If they gave them a little protein, they could fight back.
Yeah.
The little
I mean,
friends
I know
could
it's
fight
fantasy and
back.
stuff too.
Oh,
It's being anal, but even like Joe Rogan mentioned too, the thing with Jason Momoa, when Jason Momoa did Conan, in terms of comic book fucking lore and the history of Conan, he looks a lot more like Conan than Schwarzenegger, only because Schwarzenegger was so fucking big.
Right.
Back
Too
in
big.
back in them fucking days, there was no way in hell any barbarian was the size of fucking Arnold back in them days. You know how much fucking protein and fucking meat and shit so you have to be consuming on a daily fucking basis to maintain that size. Now Momoa is a big fucking dude for different roles, but for Conan, Momoa is slimmed down. If you look at Momoa in, I'm saying, you look at him versus fucking Aquaman versus say fuck Conan. For Conan, he was a lot fucking slimmer and more fucking leaner and shit. Because the fact is, there's no way in hell you can maintain that kind of fucking body on that kind of diet. It's not happening.
Right. You're right.
Especially when these guys were fucking slaves. On top of two, they were fucking slaves. These slaves weren't getting big hunk fucking meals of like protein and chicken and beef and shit too. So it's like
They're getting the bare minimum.
that's what I'm saying. That's one thing in terms of like you look at fucking Conan with Moa. It's actually a better version of that character, which makes sense. So
Right. I haven't seen them all, although I love it.
it is a good fucking. It's a highly underrated movie. I
haven't seen it. No, I watched the
I saw it a
Schwarzenegger version,
long
but I
time ago,
haven't seen the new one.
version.
I
Wait,
haven't
what-
seen the
Came
Momoa
out.
version.
Well, even Arnold
it
said
first
too.
came out,
If
I
you
saw
watch the
it.
first film, he had to
It has
go to
Momoa.
different training regimens because Arnold was so fucking big. He had trouble swinging the fucking sword because and that's what
Right,
people
your
would say.
fucking arms get in your way.
That's been fucking proven too for different bodybuilders as well. A lot of bodybuilders, their bodybuilding is good for presentation and fucking looking
And
a
you
certain
look
way.
intimidating.
But in the real fucking world, though,
You're not quick, nothing. Your fucking muscles are like holding you back from your own
We
extended punch.
we just watched
Like
Gladiator.
your fucking biceps are too big.
And we were trying to explain that to my son, how even though, because like Russell Crowe, he's not a huge guy, but he was fighting the huge. It's like, dude, he was taking on that guy because he was thinking. Opposed, that guy is huge. Obviously, he's going to take people up. But Russell Crowe character was like running circles around him because he was thinking, and he was using the other guy he was with.
He was
and
using his strength against him.
he was using his strength and intelligence because not.
I digress. Did y'all see that COVID tried to take on Chuck Norris?
I saw that.
But then COVID-19 had to go in
happy.
self-quarantine for
That made
14
me
She
days.
nearly
happy.
gave
After
me a
going
freaking
against
heart attack.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, Chuck Norris. And then when I read it, I was like, I love this so much. You know when that man
COVID
actually
team,
does
though.
pass
Chuck
away,
Norris.
no one's going to believe it. When Chuck Norris, God bless him, actually does pass away, people are going to think he's going to be living for like 50 years
Passing
after.
away.
It's like Elvis.
Chuck
Is
Norris
Elvis dead?
never going to die. He's
I'm
not.
convinced.
He's just going to retire
Dennis-
from life and go to heaven. We're actually going to be able to watch him take his fucking escalator into the
Chuck
sky.
Norris had scared death into submission.
I can amuse myself for hours reading Chuck Norris
fuck.
things.
My
It doesn't
favorite
get
is
old.
Chuck Norris built the cabin that he was born in.
No, my favorite was the rattlesnake because he did it in the Expendables 2
Yes.
movie. Because I was following with the story. He's like, and after 5 long days, the rattlesnake died.
Yeah. But almost like you were
When he
saying,
got bit by Chuck Norris?
Yeah, no,
He
the
bit
rattlesnake
Chuck Norris.
bit
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
And then died.
And then after,
The
like,
rat.
and after 5 long days, the rattlesnake died.
That's great.
yeah, people tend to forget too. It's like that's the thing with fucking Chuck is back in the day. It's like he was, he got kind of famous for fighting Bruce Lee. Obviously, fucking Bruce Lee was the best on the fucking planet. However, don't think by any means Chuck was not a bad motherfucker. People tend to forget how fucking nasty Chuck fucking really is. I mean, and he was back in the day. It's like,
Well, that's like they're redoing Walker Texas Ranger with Jared
gosh.
Padalecki as Walker, but he's not. I love him. I love him as Sam
he's not Chuck
Winchester,
Norris.
but he's not Chuck Norris.
Hell no.
that's why I said some reboots just.
Yeah, I have to give shout out to Conan O'Brien who used to do the Chuck Norris lever on his show. That was the best thing of the Conan O'Brien show ever when he just would randomly hit the Chuck Norris lever and it was the Walker. He would show clips from Walker Texas Ranger.
Yeah, but Jen, so like you're saying too, that's the thing with the fucking those pro bodybuilders and stuff too. When it comes to real life, a lot of them guys have these fucking massive physiques, but in terms of stamina, holy fuck, it's like, and most of them too. Because I used to read a lot of Muscle and Fitness and Flex magazine in prison because we had a prison library, and I would get into better shape for what I could in jail. But obviously too, I didn't have access to these thousands. Like some of these guys are taking no bullshit $2,000 a month in fucking supplements. You can't do that in prison. So I'd follow their
eating
workouts
right and everything,
But
yeah.
but the thing is, most of these guys don't do a single fucking like step of cardio. It's like they don't jog, they don't fucking swim.
Right,
It's just they're
just
just
weights.
they have massive fucking bulk, which is fantastic. But as these fucking guys to run 5 feet and they're already out of breath. I mean,
If you have a proper nutritionist to like, okay, I want to be super
Yeah,
skinny.
you don't get that in prison, and they fucking put weird shit in the food, so they can't get that big.
But yeah, you don't want your prison guys to get super beefy.
no, that's why
What
I
is
don't-
what is the 18-year-old guy that became a CEO gonna do if he's
Yeah.
bodybuilding,
Like,
eating freaking muscle milk?
Yeah,
like
so
a Terry Crews.
And then there's plenty of athletes, which I know that they kind of test for it and stuff, like with the steroids and stuff. But a lot of them still get away with it now.
Part of me wants to see like
on, like, the amateur
some
level.
sports event. Just pick one, like say football, and let them all take steroids.
Yes.
Like let them all juice.
Yes.
Let them all go
I
at
have
each
said
other.
that for 1,000
That would be
years.
the best
Do
thing
you
in the
know
world.
how awesome sports would be if everybody
gonna
was
be
juiced up?
gladiators.
Oh
It's gonna
my
be
God.
like gladiators. Just
Can you imagine two
Fighting.
football teams just roid raging on the field trying to make a
everything's
touchdown?
allowed.
Oh,
Jesus.
dude, it would definitely be
Just
celebrity
don't kill
death fight.
anybody,
Yeah.
but
That
like
would be the
just
best.
No,
full
that's the
blown
thing. Let's just let it all. It's like, if they die, oh well.
survival of the
You're-
fittest.
Yes.
Literally.
Straight up.
Like you're all allowed to take enhancements. Go nuts.
I want to talk about that on a podcast sometime because I'm a big fan of Rogan, and Rogan does a lot of UFC, and
It's funny.
it's just like this because it's Joe just like like my friend Carlton, which if Elliot was here, Carlton would listen to this podcast too because Al said he's got some friends. We've getting more and more of our friends to listen to this shit, but Carlton even said like, what was the kind of motivation for starting this shit? And I was like, well, Rogan's definitely one of the main ones, but Rogan has broken down too, like the whole thing with sports and stuff too, and that's going to be always controversial about sports and taking stuff because again, it's just like it's a double-edged sword where it's like you understand why guys do the things they do. However, it's like if I turn 40 years old, a 40-year-old person who trains, who's naturally a gifted individual, who's a certain athletic elitist and shit too, if you train fucking natural versus the guy who's fucking taking juice, and it's technically not a level playing field
It's
because
not a fair fight. Absolutely not.
yeah. But also
Well,
too,
versus a 40-year-old versus a 20-year-old.
that's about to say that too. But also
Yeah.
too, you understand why they do it for. I'm not saying I blame them, but say a person who's fucking 40 years old. Listen, guys, we all fucking age. We all get older. That's part of fucking life. And like Jamie said, a 40-year-old fucking man. I don't care how nasty you fucking are. You're not your 20-year-old fucking self.
Right.
That's
Right.
the way life is. So I get why they're doing it for. I do.
Let's be honest though, there are people who are better at 40 than they were at 20.
That is also true.
But this is my whole argument for that is like I honestly just want to see people roided out to the max performing a sport that I love. Like I don't care. I want to see people get on the football field and die. That's where I'm at.
It's back to the podcast.
They're
Like,
getting paid what they're paying.
hey, Al, pass me that Jack Honey in
$1
this way.
For what they get paid,
Yeah.
we could afford to lose a couple of people every game.
No, I mean I get it.
Because there's always somebody new coming up. Like, I'm really great at football. I'm 19. Let's go.
Yeah.
And there's always a new batch of
But still,
19-year-olds
even somebody
going
when I came out of freaking prison, I was 30 years old. I was still in better shape than I was 20 years old. But still, there is a certain recovery time. There's a certain aspect that said as you age. No doubt, you can be 50 years old. I'm not saying you can't do fucking 1,000 push-ups a day. You can't fucking run 5 miles. Still, biologically, at 50 years old, you still can't compete in terms of like our aging process to your
inevitable.
30 years old.
Well, how old was Bruce Lee when he died?
I can look it up. Let me see.
But,
it was
I
in
mean,
his
just
40s,
think that
I
if he
thought.
was still alive today, which he very well could be, how would he be opposed to anybody else?
I'll say this. I can't think of a single 20-year-old boxer that would beat Mike Tyson right now.
I was about to get into that.
Like,
Well, what was it? Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman. Now, I think, and that
What?
George Foreman versus
Oh
Muhammad
yeah,
Ali.
yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
Like
actually,
when
I
they did
forgot
it,
about
George
that.
Foreman was
I'm thinking
like,
George Foreman, the guy cooking on the ground. I
Yeah.
forgot he was a
No,
boxer.
at
I'm
the
like,
time-
that's not
now,
funny. He's
at
an old
the
man.
time, George
No.
Foreman was like in his prime, but Muhammad Ali was starting to get out of it. Still, didn't Muhammad Ali beat George Foreman's ass? I mean,
That was a whole big controversy.
Yeah.
Like the best
That was
thing.
when he was younger.
The best thing was
but
like
Muhammad Ali's like what, 20 years older than Foreman or something? He was
I'll look up
older
again.
than him.
It was just like it came down to the reason Ali won for it because he changed up his boxing style, and he just tired him out. That was
But still, he
That's
won.
what anybody.
Oh, yeah,
if,
no,
you,
he
if
won.
you're a master of your profession, like before, because like anytime I've been in a lot of like fights in my life, just people popping off and fucking like I'm not gonna kill you, I'm not gonna hurt you, but like you can bring four bitches on me, and like I can whatever
Hold your own.
whatever. But
Bruce Lee did die. He died at 32 years old.
32.
That's
Imagine.
fucking
wow, I
insane.
thought he was young or older than
No,
that.
I knew he was
But
young.
look at all the
His son
trauma
was
that
young,
too. Yeah, he
his
was
body
27, I
went
think.
through.
Yeah.
Just being a master
But even his
martial
son,
artist.
His son was only in his 20s,
Well, that
and
was
he
different
got
though.
shot.
Well, that
but
was-
he didn't train the same way Bruce
Right.
Lee did.
Yeah.
But almost like what I was saying, this has been a hot topic for the past couple weeks now. To anybody who's follows a little bit of social media, because the whole thing, Mike Tyson, it's gonna be happening in a few months. Mike Tyson, 53 years old, coming fucking back. And of course,
I saw that too.
And of course, he's been on Rogan's show talking about, it's like people ask Rogan, how do you feel about a 53-year-old Mike Tyson coming back to boxing? And Joe was like, he made a very good fucking point, like anything. He said, the thing is, with 53 years old, even if Tyson is like, listen, this is the fucking planet. There are certain genetic freaks. That's how it happens. Certain people just have massive intelligence. Certain people have massive height. Certain people. Obviously, fucking Mike Tyson at 53 years old could probably kick the shit out of any kid in their fucking 30s.
Or he might get his ass kicked. We don't know yet.
Well,
but even if he say he goes, you have to do statistics.
You gotta give the respect that he's
say
showing up at 53.
Best 25-year-old. He's got he's got a perfect record. If you do stats up against all Mike's fights and all those 25-year-olds, and if Mike gets his ass kicked, but
he's 53.
Exactly.
But if he wins, he's also better. 53.
Yeah.
No matter what happens with this fight, like
end of the day,
even as a 53-year-old, he might still kick this 25-year-old.
And he might.
See, and that's the double-edged sword.
His fans are saying
that's the double-edged sword for whoever steps into the ring with him. The kid could go in and be like, "Oh my god, I'm going up against
your fucking career."
Exactly. Like, either way, it's gonna end their career. It's like you either got your ass kicked by a 53-year-old or you just kicked a 53-year-old's ass.
But at the same time, if you kick Mike Tyson's ass, even at 53, that's still impressive because Mike Tyson's Mike Tyson.
We're gonna say,
as much as you don't like it, where he's done controversial things, it's like he's still a freaking awesome.
He's still a monster.
Freak of nature.
Exactly.
He's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
That shit is I don't see that shit ending anybody's career, because no matter what happens, you step into the ring with Mike Tyson. Even if you lose, you're the guy that stepped in to the ring with Mike Tyson and went them rounds. And if you beat Mike Tyson, you're the guy that gets to say, "I beat Mike Tyson." And
right, still bragging rights.
No matter what anybody says, like a 20-year-old, there is no 20-year-old boxer that has the experience that Mike Tyson has right now at the age of 53. He's had a complete boxing career, and then he retired.
Gosh.
He's still training. The man is still in phenomenal condition.
Well, look at him. Even he looks like a brick house still. I wouldn't feel safe in a room with him pissed
Didn't
off
Tyson
at me.
go to the res? Didn't he go to Aquazesting?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
But the point that Rogan was making is that the thing is, like what Rogan said, the thing is, in 2020, Mike Tyson, 53 years old, from a evolutionary standpoint, from a nutritional standpoint, from a boxing standpoint, the thing is, a 53-year-old man in 2020 is not the same thing as a 53-year-old man in 1985. Right. Also, too. So it's right now, sports, athletics, too. Tyson at 53 right now versus, say, a guy at 53 years old in 1985, he has different fucking supplements, he has different fucking nutrition, he has different fucking training. So he may also fucking genetically be a gifted individual at 53, but it's like Joe's like, if you'd asked me 25 years ago, how would a 53-year-old boxer fucking do? Joe would have said, well, this is 1995, 1996, probably get his ass kicked. Fast forward to 2020, a boxer said, we've seen people, like, all the fucking cliches, like you think of a grandma, right? You think of a grandmother looking a certain way, old fucking gray hair, wrinkles and shit too. People nowadays too, we're aging more, we're also looking younger. That's because of nutrition. That's because of fucking doctors. So again, if you look at a man right now in 2020, 50 years old, versus looking at a man at 50 years old in 1990, it looks way fucking different. So So yes, Mike Tyson, 53 years old, 2020, he's going to do a lot better than people were 20 years ago and shit too. But also too, I've seen the fucking videos, and look, no doubt Tyson is still a fucking animal. But I'm not going to say Tyson probably admit this himself too. Versus his 30-year-old fucking self, he wouldn't last. He wouldn't last at all. That's just life how it is. You know, people no doubt said it's like Jackie Chan. I love fucking Jackie Chan to death. I've seen every. But guys admit too. Like if you look at Rush Hour 1 versus Rush Hour 3, Jackie's slowing down, and that's not his fucking fault. He did The Foreigner at fucking 67 years old. Now, no doubt at 67 years old, Jackie Chan, I couldn't fucking land a single hit on this guy. But I'm just saying, if you look at Jackie Chan, every decade he's still fucking a phenomenal martial artist too, but he is slowing down, and that's nothing wrong with that. That's like just 70. Life, you know.
That's pretty much anyone. I mean, take Stallone.
It's inevitable.
Oh yeah, everybody. I'm saying.
We're gonna get old, like period.
Yeah.
Well, you can see that with anyone. Like, everybody is different. You know. But okay, we'll say actresses. Like, look at Kathleen Turner. That chick was a gorgeous goddess until like her 30s, and then she went downhill. I mean. Her versus 50, look at someone like Christy Brinkley, who's like 65 and still looks like she's 33.
Well, that's why I keep saying too, like besides...
And she supposedly, I mean, even if she did have work done, she looks like a goddess.
Plastic surgery and everything else. Like, Meg Ryan was so beautiful.
But a lot of it too is, you know...
I love her acting. I'm not bashing her. I don't want to talk shit. if she acted in something tomorrow, I'd probably go see it. But like, that's not the Meg Ryan that I know. You got a whole new face.
I've said the past 10 years, though. I mean, we're drinking on this podcast, having a couple of drinks, stuff too. But however, I usually drink like once, twice a year. I'm not saying, who knows what it is, too. It could be our fucking dad's genetics, could be our fucking lifestyles. I'm just fucking saying that. You've seen, like, take Lindsay Lohan, for example. Lindsay Lohan, she looks like 25 years older than what she actually fucking is, too. A life of fucking drugs and drinking, that's going to tear your fucking body apart.
At Keith
I'm sorry.
Richards, that man.
How old was Lindsay Lohan? I've been doing
She's
drugs
younger
and
than you.
drinking
I'll look up- I'll
forever.
bring that.
I
She's
saw
younger
on a
than you.
tabloid today a picture of the Olsen twins.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
they look compared to their little
I
sister.
think
They're like
I
your
don't
age,
know.
Jen.
I don't know.
They're
I don't talk
33.
about shit that they're exactly the same age as me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they went through like anorexia or some shit.
I think they did.
Like
yeah.
I've never. I embrace
least
my
one of
fat
them
ass
did.
and my fat gut. But they were also like star childs.
Okay,
But look
like,
at their
from
little
Grew up in
sister,
Hollywood.
who's like what 3 years younger than them, and she's like
closer to my
gorgeous.
age, and
She's
like-
gorgeous.
Lindsay Lohan is 33 years old.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
she's
That turned out too.
Same
And she looks like she's fucking 50.
Well,
But
kinda,
keep in
I
mind
mean-
too, though, and the same thing with Macaulay Culkin. Like all these guys,
Yo, he looks
Yeah.
hot though lately. I'm sorry.
but all these guys are child actors. Like they've grown up in like the acting industry, so they've dealt with like drug abuse, alcoholism, like different shit that is
What's the thing?
unspeakable.
I like to do mushrooms and I like to do recreational cocaine and I'm a cigarette smoker and I drink like a fucking fish. But the thing is that like I know enough myself. That's why if you guys ever fucking hear about me like ODing, unless like it just wouldn't happen. Like
Yeah.
I get my shit from a trusted supplier of all of my shit, like whatever. Like it just wouldn't happen. But then, like I said, there, like with the Olsen twins, there's like just from being brought up star baby, you become a teenager. We all go through that awkward female phase, like whatever, and that I think that's what I'm trying to say. If I was a millionaire and had expendable money, I still wouldn't be. Although I enjoy doing drugs, I just wouldn't because I'm just over it, and then I'm gonna be fucking drugged over, hungover, whatever the fuck. I don't want to touch it for a week, but that's just...
See, it kills me though.
You
Seeing
have a good time
pictures
with
of
it
them
and put
now.
it away.
It kills me though seeing pictures of them now because like growing up, like they were the freaking shit for me at least.
Yeah, that was your generation.
Yeah.
No offense to it, but yeah, I get it. Ricky Martin was the shit for me.
He's
they're
still
awesome.
He's still hot though, gay or not. He's
like
still
dumb
freaking
hot. Yeah, gay or not, he's pretty good looking.
Boy. So, well, we're now about at the 45-minute mark, and like, so yeah.
Sorry, listeners. We got me, Susan, and Tammy Junk. It's a very
No,
female-dominant
we're trying
podcast.
So we're trying to do the comedy aspect because again, so it's like we're not gonna fucking spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 20 hours fucking delving on the shit because
We didn't even talk about it at all.
that's why I said I've been trying to fucking avoid it for as long as we fucking can. But I still think we at some point, even like I was listening to fucking Howard this week, and like some people, what kills me is Howard will do a fucking 4-hour a fucking radio show. He talks about fucking Trump, and I timed it for 6-7 minutes. People are like, oh Howard, all you do so about fucking Trump. I talked about the man for 6 goddamn minutes in a 4-hour fucking show, and like, oh Howard, you talk about fucking Trump too much for 6 fucking minutes, guys. But even Howard's like, whether you're fucking for or pro Trump, he says like, I feel like it's an irresponsibility to just when certain things happen he doesn't agree with, where like it was just for an example. I'm not saying this shit too because I know any kind of podcast people like don't want you guys getting fucking political. So this was Stern's words, not mine. Right. But Howard just mentioned with Trump, like, mentioned the whole coronavirus. And at one point he poured it to the Asian reporter and she goes, well, sir, how do you feel about it? And he goes, why don't you go ask China? And of course, like, and the thing is, he's an entire fucking room full of press reporters. The only person who's Asian, he said, why don't you go ask China? And everyone's like, well, why are you asking the Asian woman about how China should fucking feel? Then, of course, too, you got callers calling and listening to Howard. Well, Howard, this is bullshit and stuff, too. And Trump this and that. And he goes, well, how did she know she was Asian? Howard's like, she was wearing a fucking facial mask. And he goes, she pulled the mask down. Irregardless of if she's wearing a fucking mask or not, dickhead. If Al puts a fucking face mask on, I'm pretty sure I can still tell what nationality he is, okay? If I do a press conference with 30 fucking people and there's one black guy in the room, well, he was wearing a face mask. How'd you know he's fucking black? Like, it's like, I mean, so, there we go.
Good job, Chris.
I'll clean up later. So,
We're feeding the rodents.
so yeah, but he just fucking said, like, he doesn't try dwelling on Trump, but like when Trump says something stupid or does something dumb, he at least wants to talk about it for 5 fucking minutes. But like with us, we can't. God damn, it's
If
like
if we start being like that, like these riots, that's the elephant in the room
yeah.
that is going on. You know, George Floyd was flat out murdered by a scumbag cop.
Well, I figure because, you know, because people listen to this shit too, and they'll say, well, what do the fucking 4 white assholes know about this shit? So I'm gonna fucking let it. Honestly, we all got opinions. Not saying our opinions aren't fucking valid, but
we're not black.
well,
so
this is social fuck. This is days of social media where the 4 of us are racist fucking pieces of shit, and of course, and if Al, whatever he's gonna fucking say, he's gonna piss people off. But I don't give a fuck because I value Al's opinion. But I figure, fuck, I'm gonna let him take over for a second because he can explain the fucking elephant in the room.
But just no offense, Al. Before you speak, just know that there's people who are not people of color, if you will, or whatever the fucking pussy culture is for me to fucking put on a podcast. Whatever the fuck I'm supposed to say. I'm not black. I am not fucking black. But that does not mean that I do not think that this shit has gone on for a little bit. There's some shit that happens, whatever, but like, yeah, we're all light-skinned people in the room, but that doesn't mean, like, shut us up. I mean, you know, you are a black male. You have an insight into the black culture, which I think is what Chris is trying to say. You have an insight that we do not.
Well, because I'm just saying the way the way social media is too.
My sister's husband's been victimized, but
the way social media is shit too. If you had 5 white guys on the podcast, all you're gonna fucking hear about is what the fuck do they know? They got no.
It's gonna be a mini KKK.
Yeah, so it's like, and of course too, no matter what Al says anyway too, because this is with fucking genders nowadays. No matter what the fuck he says, either he's gonna be, it's, you know, it is. So it's like,
you're gonna be called an Uncle Tom if you say the right thing. You're gonna be called
which is
whatever.
It's amazing how too this thing with fucking Trump. It's like fucking Trump.
That's why I like this group, because we don't see color. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying this situation reminds me of like just like fucking Trump and freaking politics. No matter what the fuck you say, you're the bad guy. Mm-hmm. I said if you're for Trump, you're an asshole. If you're against Trump, you're an asshole. That's why I said I'm not fucking for Trump, against Trump. I'm not fucking for Biden, against Biden. I truly don't fucking care because no matter what stance I take, I'm a piece of shit. So you know what? Then I'm just gonna walk the fuck away from it.
You're just a blue collar person. Do our votes really matter?
No.
So
I say we vote Daryl Dixon as the next president.
Daryl Dixon.
yeah. I'll let fucking.
We have to wait for the zombie.
I'll let fucking Al.
Go ahead.
What
Al,
happened?
What is your take
what
on
happened
the
this?
riots and
What happened
stuff
this
with
week,
George
Al?
I don't have much of a take on it. I mean, I have my own personal thing, but I don't want to. The reason I don't. It feels awkward to talk about it is I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to represent the entire black race. Everybody has their feelings and they're justified.
But here's the thing, though. You're entitled to your own opinion.
I am entitled to my opinion. I do have my opinion, but the problem is when you start voicing your opinion, people start trying to nitpick every little word you say. And tear it apart and make it seem like you're trying to represent the entire race, and that's clearly not what I'm trying to do. So
that's what
everybody has their
people that don't see color. You're a cool fucking dude. You're down here. We're all fucking hanging out. Like, this is like nobody in this room is gonna judge you. Whoever listens to this fucking thing, and if they want to comment or whatever, we might get some backlash. But like,
we're definitely. Oh, trust me.
Who cares?
Anyone's listening to any episode, we're gonna piss people off, and I don't give a fuck. That's why I said this is initially for my friends, my family. We fucking make 10 people happy, cool. But there isn't a single person, whether it's fucking Rogan or fucking Stern, or anybody who has fucking
white.
But there's not a single person who has universal fans. It's just that you're gonna piss somebody off. So
of course.
But yeah, who wants to explain it better than me? What happened this week? Because fuck, I'm taking another fucking swig of my Long Island iced tea to comment on it. But
what happened this week?
The honey. Can you pass the honey before you start?
Need to slow down too, because
okay. Basically, this week there was a gentleman who was arrested by a cop. The cop put him in handcuffs. Tried to say he was resisting arrest. Got him on the ground, put his knee on the man's throat, and basically choked the guy to death.
For like 8 minutes.
As the guy's saying he can't breathe.
Screaming he can't breathe.
And a ton of people were taking videos of it, doing whatever. And since then, multiple riots have occurred.
And the man died.
George Floyd.
The man's name was George Floyd. And since then, multiple riots have occurred in cities throughout the country.
Yep.
The cop has since now, like Chris was saying earlier, from Tuesday to Saturday, this has all happened. Like, at least here in New York, that's when we got the footage This is now, there's been riots, days and days. They just had a protest. I don't think it got too crazy down here in Albany, New York.
No.
Like, it didn't
Not
get too
as bad
crazy,
as it
but
did
they're
in other
still, like, the
cities.
supporters of it, like, whatever. But now the cops, which was up in the air for the first couple days, the cops have now been charged with manslaughter or murder or whatever.
Which they should have.
So, what's your take on that?
Like I said, my take is I don't really have a deep insight because everything that everybody's going through right now, I think everybody's opinions and feelings are justified.
Right.
You know, I feel like the guys that are upset have a right to be upset. The family that lost a loved one, they have a right to be upset.
Yeah.
The police that are arrested deserve to be behind bars.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of them situations where you can't really, like, I mean, I know for a fact I could find people who would argue against it and say why everything is wrong, but I don't see it. I take exceptions with certain parts of everything going on for this reason. Like right now, there are people calling for, you know, boycotting the police and all this other stuff, which that's where I take an exception.
That's going to create anarchy over the country.
And this is the reality of it. Police, when the police force was initially created way back in the time of slavery and shit like that, they were created for specific anti-black shit. They were created to capture slaves, to make sure that the wealthy people
were through the Underground Railroad, they were belonged to their owners.
Yeah, exactly.
Or free.
And
you had to have free papers.
Right now, a lot of people feel like not much has changed from then till now. You feel like the police force is still only acting to basically target the black community. And from a lot of things you've seen, you could understand why people feel like that. Like, right. you get it. But the reality of it is, the police are necessary. Like, regardless of what anybody thinks or feels,
the right cops are necessary. Not
this.
Well, that's the thing.
This was actually something I wanted to comment on.
The police, the entire concept of policing needs to be revamped. Like, and that's what everybody's afraid to tackle. Everybody's afraid to address like the concept of changing how the police operate.
Right.
But that needs to happen.
Not to interrupt you, my sister and I, Jamie over there, like we were talking earlier, that you could have rubber bullets. You can hit somebody close range with a paintball gun, and even if you have a bullet in your gun, shoot low. Shoot in the kneecap, shoot in the foot. If you catch somebody in the calf, like this has been like an ongoing thing.
That's gonna take most people down. I don't know if you ever got shot, but
yeah, that's.
I've been shot with a paintball gun.
The problem,
gun to my head, but not shot.
The problem I've being online, reading a lot of these things, seeing a lot of the protesters or whatever. The problem that a lot of people are having is just the fact that a couple of weeks ago there were armed protesters storming the Capitol who had no fear of police retaliation. They were screaming at the police, yelling at the police, telling them to get the fuck out of my face. I don't have to listen to you. I have my rights or whatever. And they were out there by the thousands, and they had no.
And that's white cops, black cops, every cops is an anarchy against the cops. That's where it becomes an issue.
And the thing, what started like this when these people started protesting, it didn't start out as riots. The cops went down there and triggered the riot by starting to launch tear gas to disperse crowds.
Yep.
When you start launching tear gas and you start firing rubber bullets, you start obviously you're going to trigger people and piss people off. Like this wasn't something like, and it's that
they did that at Standing Rock too. They had no weapons. Yeah. They were tear gassing everybody.
And
our
understand,
cousin
like I
was
had
there.
the whole Standing Rock conversation. I was talking to a friend today who I pissed off completely, but I'm not even going to get into that. And I understand, like nobody could say we don't understand why people of color and minorities feel like victims, because that whole Standing Rock situation where those pipelines were set, the blueprints were set for them to run.
There's a treaty that exists that says this is our reservation.
Oh, we're not going to talk about treaties because the American government has broken every treaty that they have made with the Native Americans.
Reservation yet. No, not gonna
but listen, a lot of them. Literally, they created.
You have to be right back there, guys.
There was something like 700 or 800 treaties created, and most of them, like 90% of them, were broken. But that whole situation where those pipelines were supposed to run through certain neighborhoods, and the people that live in those neighborhoods complained and said we don't want it. So now they decided to run it through the reservations, and their justification is
Just shit on the Indians.
Yeah,
'cause
their
it's
justification is,
minorities.
oh,
shit
well,
on the Indians. That's
it's
what
not-
the fuck they do.
they said it's not that bad and it's not going to have any effect. Well, if it's not bad and it's not going to have any effect, then why did you reroute it?
But what's
Right.
messed up with this situation I said is like people had to like basically burn down a city to get the justification. It's like that dude should have been arrested and tried for murder
Right away.
and they basically had to
They let it
burn
run
down
for
a city
3-4 days.
before
Yo,
that happened.
And this is the crazy thing. Like, people say that you shouldn't riot because rioting.
well, it
and
got
I agree.
results in this
But
case.
the thing is, I agree with it 100%. Like, the situation with the riots is this. When you tear down your own neighborhood to make a message,
Yeah.
you're hurting yourself
Your
and your
own
neighbors.
neighborhood.
Like, the people that are going through the same pain as you for losing this person, you're now at that. It's almost like me telling you, I don't want you to hurt the people in my house.
Right.
You beat up my sister, and as a protest, I burned my house down to protest you attacking my sister. It doesn't
You're
make
burning
sense.
your own shit
Exactly.
down.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So I don't
never
agree with the
understood
I don't agree
looting
with the
rioting,
riots.
Even back in 1992 when Rodney King, like I didn't understand. Like I studied about it in college. There was like an awesome docudrama playwright that like I did like a stage reading of. But like the whole thing was I understand the importance to not forget, but that doesn't make it right. Like you were terrorizing. Like just because he died does not mean that you should jump in a Target and get 17 free TVs. Like that is irrelevant in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like irrelevant. Like I understand like rebel. No, that's just flat out anarchy. And then you got firemen wearing fucking police vests trying to put out a fire.
Yeah.
The firemen don't have anything to do with what this nasty fucking racist cop did. He's a fucking prejudiced, racist fucking cop. The fireman's job is to show up and turn the fire off. That's their job. That's their job. They don't know what the fuck is going on with the news and the hype and the drama. They're there to put the fire out. You're fucking hitting them with bricks.
Yeah, I mean,
Like you're gonna fucking give him a concussion or fuck him up because his job is to put the fire out that you started over some shit. That for what? Like, calm down. Like, I get it, and like I understand what Jamie's saying. Like, they had to make a ruckus to like be heard. Like, I get that, but don't. All right, fine. Then set some shit on fire and loot some shit. That's the
ruckus should have
fucking
been the
answer.
protest.
But then
Yeah.
don't attack the fucking firemen.
No.
Like, let it be done and
Firemen.
over with.
I mean, there's
Whatever.
Even the guy's
ruckus-
fiance was like, yeah, he would not want it to see this. He didn't want to see this violence happen. This is
Nobody
not what he
would.
wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple days ago, I was playing Xbox Live because Junior's not here right now. But I said, Junior, like, I just know looking forward, what's gonna happen is like I would hate this forever to happen, and I love Al like a fucking brother. But looking forward, my plans are gonna be if Al fucking gets killed, I'm gonna have Susan, you burn down Stewart's. I want fucking Jen, fucking want you to attack Walmart. Jamie, go hit up Hess gas station and shit because that's really gonna fucking
Listen,
in Al's
let me tell
memory.
you, in my memory, if I die at the hands
Wait,
of
do
a
I
cop,
have your
I need
permission?
you to
That's
loot
not even funny though.
Texas Longhorn,
Longhorn Steakhouse.
Longhorn Steakhouse, or whatever it's
Wait,
called.
but make
Texas
sure
Roadhouse.
Longhorn Man is
Listen.
out of the hotel
Hit up-
and the steakhouse before you
Hit up
burn
the
it down.
restaurants.
Yo.
Don't burn it to
Yo.
the ground, but take.
We're
every
not going
steak
into
that's
that
there.
again.
Don't you can't. That's
Ow.
my cousin's new boo.
Ow.
We gotta make sure he's safe too.
I was here because Jen listened to episode 9 and like Jen had to hear like us torturing Susan for fucking 2 hours. I said afterwards, hey, this is kind of people we are in the kind of podcast. We're gonna represent that. I was fucking proud of Sue because she took that shit like a fucking champ. Like because you got me. She was the only woman around 4 fucking dudes. And we laid
The
into
first
her.
podcast she did by herself.
Oh, good God.
She's
She's
what
like,
she-
Jen, please get here. Fuck you, Jen, for not being here.
yeah, but we have
I like texted her and I was like, "You better be here for the next one."
we had
Yeah,
I have to add some fucking comedy at it because this shit is fucking very serious and just me personally.
Don't worry, I'll attack KFC. Get the chicken bucket.
Get the
We'll
chicken.
pull your pants down and cover your genitals with the chicken bucket. We'll eat the chicken and leave the bones on you.
That's what I'm talking about. That
We'll try and
dedication.
put you in a bathtub.
That is
We
the
will
true
find a
way to represent
bathtub.
That's gonna take all of us to pick his ass up. Like,
That's
well, you want to pause it? It's been 59 minutes. Like,
59.
well, let's finish up with this statement and if we can move on. But no, I want to add some comedy because this is a very serious, fucked up topic, and I want to get everyone's opinions about it. And like Al was saying, the thing is, people, I honestly can't understand. I just don't get the whole fucking the protesting. Obviously, yes, too. But this whole looting system, I don't fucking get it because you are not helping at all. And the top of two.
No.
Now they keep making this whole thing about a black versus white thing. Well, how's it a black versus white thing when you're black people and you're tearing apart black businesses? Because it's not like
and you're putting other people out of work, out of jobs.
Exactly.
They burned down a senior home. They've made people homeless. They've caused single mothers to lose their jobs.
Final thoughts. So wait for.
Well, not final thoughts. I'm just saying before we'll pause, head into a new topic because we want to down with this. But this is just one example. I've seen fucking black guys on YouTube, on fucking Facebook, Instagram, and there are guys like Al out there too. They're not fucking all they want so many people to be anti fucking cop and they want it to be I'm a black person, I hate fucking white people. And I've seen fucking black guys no, this is not like this, guys. We have friends and family of all. This is supposed to be about unity and not division, and this is making us more divided. But this guy posted an hour ago on a Joe Rogan page. He put a fucking picture saying, what you see is black man murdered by white cop. What I see is innocent man murdered by corrupt cop. It's not the same.
And that's what it needs to be.
And here's the saddest part too. Now, yes, that was a corrupt cop, but how many corrupt cops out there make it harder for the cops who are actually trying to abide by the law and do their job?
They got a bad rap, no.
Yeah.
And
just imagine there's plenty of good cops out there just doing their job. Something like this happens. People are oh, fuck the police. And then now the good cops who were good cops are now going to get shit on every day they go to work. And guess what? They're going to become bad cops.
Exactly
Not just
what
that.
happens.
How many of them are probably going
That's exactly how it happens every time.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be in more risk of their lives than they already are because of shit like this.
And Al said this before, and even before we started recording, but we had these conversations plenty of times, and 100% agree with him that we can do an episode, maybe even later. We got a couple hours to kill about stereotypes versus racism. But people hate the stereotype. Everyone hates stereotype, right? You hate stereotypes that white people are fucking stupid racist or rednecks. You hate stereotypes that fucking black people are fucking corrupt scumbags that are fucking that loot all damn time and sit around all day. So if you hate stereotypes on you, why do you love the stereotype that all cops or fucking racist piece of shit that would only target black people?
Those kind of racism, stereotypical people that end up going through the police academy and end up becoming cops. So how good is your background check to become a cop? How good is your training? We're there's a lot of fucking corrupt cops. And Mexicans, Chinese people, white people, black people, they are fucked up, power happy, fucking book nerd fucking people that are given a badge and a gun that should not be in possession of either or. No. They shouldn't be a fucking mall cop. And they're fucking doing this. This motherfucker had 19 criminal violent fucking things, and it took this to get him fucking fired. And then now, a couple days passed, now he's got the manslaughter and murder charges. But he already had some shit before that.
He apparently
should have been fired fucking years ago, from what I understand.
He's killed people before.
He's killed people of other races.
To capitalize on what you were saying earlier is the problem that makes it very easy to make it a black versus white thing is that a lot of the cops that don't subscribe to the bullshit don't voice their opinions.
Right. No.
The problem is every cop that agrees with what this guy did, there's actually postings online that I'll pull up for you later where there are this guy that's a police officer that said, one more scumbag off the street. It was some, I forgot the rest of the statement, but I don't want to misquote him.
In support of him?
Yeah, in support of the guy, of the police officer. He's like, this guy got one more scumbag off the street, good job, or something. I don't want to misquote him, so I'll look him up and I'll give you the actual quote.
Share it on the page.
Okay.
And then there's also a mayor in a town in Mississippi somewhere that was defending this guy 100%. He was like, oh no, this guy was saying he can't breathe, and if he's saying he can't breathe, then obviously he's breathing. The cop didn't do anything wrong, and da-da-da-da-da.
See, that's some Midwest racism shit.
Yeah, but those guys are very vocal. And it's all the guys that feel that way, that feels like this black guy deserves to die because he's a black guy, they have all the rights in the world to say what they want to say.
No, because those are some KKK motherfuckers out there. We don't know nothing like that in New York.
If you're in a precinct, right, and you're this is with any job. You're with a bunch of people that do something that's kind of fucked up. If you're that odd man out to speak up, you get knocked down. They're like, oh no, this person is the bad person. And it's it's tough to speak up. It's sad that we live in society. It's tough if you're the good guy,
Get it,
you
but
get
right
shit
from
all over.
wrong,
Yeah.
from wrong. Do the right thing in the
Yeah.
first place, and you'll be the hero of the video that has surfaced.
Yeah.
But also, too, this is almost like we talked about a couple podcasts back before about the whole Me Too thing. This was almost, it's not, I know it's not the exact same thing, people. The point I'm making the comparison is that, like, almost like this situation, the whole Me Too thing, there was a lot of deep, dark shit happened in Hollywood. The reason people weren't saying shit for because they fucking knew if I do say something, now I'm blacklisted fucking from
You
all
ain't gonna get
Hollywood.
no more work.
I'm not going to fucking get any acting gigs whatsoever, you know?
Yeah.
This is the thing about the Mississippi mayor.
So it says, so this is from thehill.com. It says, Mississippi mayor defends officers in George Floyd's deaths. If you can't, he quoted saying, if you can talk, you can breathe. Yeah.
The whole thing. He's like on a whole
Yeah,
rant of
but
how he was.
that's my whole half of the problem with the issue. I don't know this man. Like, whether he was a crackhead, a junkie, and somebody said he was trying to write bad checks. Maybe he was fucking stereotyped for the check that I don't know. But after outside, like the video that has surfaced thousands of times on fucking like YouTube and like whatever, I was actually surprised that I am watching like fucking Hitler fucking Facebook, Hitler YouTube didn't fucking shut it down.
Yeah.
But that's real life, dude. Like, they fucking flat out killed a man. But the thing is that after he was unconscious, like the chick that was taking a video on her cell phone, she was like, his nose is bleeding. Fucking less than a minute later, he's out and out cold, and he's still got his knee fucking drived into the back of his neck for like another 5 minutes, dude.
There was no
Like, he's
reason why he had
already-
to have his knee on his neck.
in the first place, after he was handcuffed, I agree.
Yeah.
But then, like, after, like, the little Asian guy, Tao, I think his name is, I'm not trying to sound racist, the little Asian guy. All Asian guys are little. But, to a certain, but the fucking Asian guy, the fucking Tao, whatever, like, there was actually, you saw some humanity in him, where he was, like, they were fucking bitching at him with the fucking camera. And they were like, you know this is not right. And he, like, walked over, and you could see in his body language that he knew it wasn't right. But his job, because, I don't know, he's a rookie or he's a fucking younger, lesser than cop, his job was to not fucking, he was like, get the fuck back on the sidewalk, whatever. But if you watch that video closely and analyze it, you will see that he's like, whoa, like, you can see his body language that even he knew it wasn't right.
Yeah,
So-
but there's some people out there that are debating though that that's why he got fired for, because the fact that he didn't do anything. He didn't stop it.
So
he could have
don't be
stopped
a
it.
pussy on the fucking police force, man.
But at the
tell
same
your
time,
buddy,
if you're
tell your
working-
buddy that went through the
all right.
academy or your
Stop yelling.
superior.
Stop yelling. All right.
Sorry.
It's, you know, it's
Tell
like-
your
It's like,
buddy
why are you
and-
yelling at us for? We didn't do it.
No, I know. I just
like,
I get
seriously.
so worked up.
You get so
But,
worked
like,
up, but that's the problem. It's like, then this is the problem we have online. You can't have civil fucking conversations.
No, we are.
Because, no, I'm saying this is the equivalent to being online, though. People got their fucking phones and they're on Twitter and they're whatever. I'm blocking people now. Like Al said, he's gotten to, like, he has friends now who won't talk to him. Or he's got people that are pissed off because he
There's
doesn't.
not people that will talk to me after the Hillary fucking election.
But it's the point that this is the issue too, is people are so fucking quick to jump on a bandwagon, to jump into some kind of movement, and this is people who don't read articles, that they want to just start bullshit. They want to start yelling and screaming and starting fucking riots. Let's sit down and have a conversation about it. You know?
The best thing you could do is just read as much as you can and have your own good opinion,
Your
but also
own-
be open. Oh gosh, I'm gonna misquote this. I gotta think of it. But basically, it's like, the best person is to know that you could be either Democratic or Republican, but know that neither side is perfect. And it's like, know that everything can.
And black, white, and whatever.
Yeah.
No race of people is perfect.
Yeah.
No political party is perfect.
Yeah.
We all bleed red blood.
Yep.
All right.
Be
Well,
good to each other.
well, we got an hour and 10 then. Fuck, we can take a break for a minute then, because Jen's got to, like, do something. So,
She's fine.
yeah. Oh, she said she has to go outside
I
because.
get so worked up.
It's
I
been-
have
it's
to
been-
pee
it's
and I
been-
have to smoke a cigarette, so thank
Yeah,
you for pausing.
that's why I can't respect smokers for. Yeah.
And the boys learn a lesson. And then they go outside, and there's a dude smoking outside. And they're like, you dirty scumbag. And completely shitting all over the guy after learning tolerance for all people, except for those evil smokers.
telling you.
Obviously, first of all, if you are a woman with tits or a man with tits, there's a big difference.
No, if you have a good set of tits, it doesn't matter if you.
You have a good set of. This is my sister.
I have
Jamie,
a good-
guest star Jamie. in the house.
No, it's crazy. In our family, I still have nice tits, but mine are the smallest of the bunch. That's saying something.
God. I've always just said my only issue with cigarettes is that I wish they would kill people faster. That's all. Like the fact they take so long.
You know,
tits are
back
pretty
in
nice.
the day when tobacco was first cultivated, tobacco was actually not bad for you because it would help.
Pipe tobacco.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's after they put in all the chemicals that messes you up.
Formaldehyde and everything that's in the
Yes.
filters. That's a
Yes.
disgusting part.
No, everything like well, Al talked about recently. We said that like Coca-Cola. What do you think? Where is
Started
it?
with Coke.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of things that have changed over the years.
In the drink.
I wish we had soda with Coke in it. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I would be so happy.
We're not
Having my morning
related. We're
Coke.
not related. I don't know what she's talking about.
What the hell did Jamie just say about Susan getting some tonight again? Like,
Whoop.
I
mean,
said,
if
she's like, ooh, a cute boy texted me. I'm like, Susan's getting some dick later.
I mean, if Jenny want to drop her up at the drop her off at the Hamptons, like
No, it's gotta be the Marriott.
she wants to change it up. Come on, she's a classy
Alright.
lady.
Is it the same guy or different guy, or but just switching
It doesn't
hotels?
matter. She's single.
That's right.
I love that too. She tells Al, she looks out, she's
I
like,
was never a
Al,
hoe.
she's like, Al, he's fucking single. Al's like, he is now.
Wait,
God
Sue,
damn.
are you gonna chime in on this? Like you were
We're
right here.
talking about you getting D.
I'm
I'm
not getting D.
Actually, for my nephew's birthday, my mom was cheesy as fuck. So she bought us all like a Hawaiian
Lays.
necklace. She bought us lays. So everybody got laid tonight except for Al. Al, would you like to get laid right
Jesus
now?
Christ.
Come here,
Yes,
Al.
I would.
Come here. Oh, I sound like Peggy Bundy. Come here, Al.
Oh God.
I love Peg Bundy. I love
too
Katie
far to
Do
Skull.
the Peggy Bundy walk. Remember I showed
Oh
you?
yeah.
Come here, Al.
It was too
I'm
far to
gonna
walk.
actually
I can't
officially.
see. I can't get up and take these 3 steps to get.
See,
Hi, Al.
Peg Bundy was in shape though.
Peggy Bundy was a feminist
Katie
in her
Seg-
own right.
Oh, yeah,
Katie
sure.
Segal is a
21.
goddess
Do you know that
in her
she
own
was
right.
almost the same age as Christina Applegate
Yes.
when they
But
recorded
just
that?
Really?
Yeah.
She was.
Wow.
She was.
She was like 2 years older than Christina
No,
Applegate.
no. I think she
No
was like
way.
10 years old.
No, she's at least 10 years older than
Google
Christina
that.
Applegate. No.
Let's look at it.
Either
No,
way,
I have to look
it's
that
Katie
up.
Skull. She's amazing.
No, Katie Segal, she's like in her 60s. Christina Applegate's in her 50s. She's at least 10 to 15 years older than her.
If
Yeah,
Katie
but when she
Segal is in
started
her
doing hair on
60s,
children,
I want to
think she
know
was
who the
21.
fuck is taking
Right
care
now,
of her.
Yeah.
Katie Segal is
66 years.
Told you.
Christina
and Christina
Applegate.
was like 50.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so Katie
Okay,
Segal,
so
that's
maybe
a woman takes care of herself.
Christina Applegate
Backtrack.
is 48.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So-
Okay.
Yeah, so
she was very young. But Katie Segal didn't have children until she was like almost 40.
Right, and
Oh, yeah.
neither did she. So she was 21 playing like Al's wife.
well, the thing is, well, in the show they never established their ages at all. They never talked
No.
about.
At
So-
one
Well,
point,
no,
they did
during
say,
the-
though,
No,
they
One
were
at a
in
time,
high
people.
school. At one point during the series, though, they did say they were still in high school when they
she
got pregnant with Kelly.
Yeah, well, that
Yes.
happens all the time.
So,
So you have to think that she was 17, 18 when she got pregnant with Kelly.
I still
Yeah, but
love that episode.
how old was she when she started the show? Because she always played the older bougie
She's
mom.
66 right now, and Christina Applegate's 48. So do the math.
So,
So she's like, oh, like
So
18
how
years
old?
older
No,
than
no,
her.
no. But all right. So maybe I misspoke. But how old
course.
was she when she started Married with
Well,
Children?
She was in her
40 years ago.
30s. She was in her 30s.
Yeah.
The show hasn't been off that long. Like, come on. I'm only 38, and I was watching
Well,
Married
it was
Children.
on for 11
and I-
seasons.
I'm
10
33.
seasons.
Hold on,
10.
let me see how yeah, because Ed O'Neill is 74 opposed to Katie Segal, who's what, 66? I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It started in the 80s, so, yeah.
But Peggy Bundy was a feminist. So was
Peggy
Jefferson
Bundy
Darcy.
is a
but,
guy.
you
Well,
know.
no. Marcy
Marcy
Darcy
Darcy.
was a
crazy.
lesbian.
But she wasn't in the
and
show.
she didn't know it.
No,
Which,
but
actually,
she
in real
had-
life, she
didn't
is.
know it.
But she had a hot piece that was Jefferson.
Always. You always
Oh,
gotta have your
yes.
beard, dude.
No, but
It's
she
called
was
a
good.
beard.
Yeah. So, anyway, since we took a fucking break about the whole thing, yeah. So I guess freaking well, because
texting her D.
I'm texting our cousin right now.
Ew.
Not the same thing, Sue. Not the same thing.
But yeah. So I mean, Al, do you want to finish anything before we move on to something else? Because we don't get all fucking dour about this shit. Because it just drag everything down. Because like I said, we could fucking do 10 hours on this shit. I mean, I've said this fucking since episode 1. And trust me when I say I don't get people like, look, this is 2020. I don't get why some people think racism is new. Like, oh my God, this just happened the past couple of years. Like, you better fucking pick up a history book.
Well, it's not that they think it's new. It's just that
Maybe they have
they're just affected by it differently.
Yeah.
It's spoiled middle class fucking white people. It doesn't happen in their neighborhoods. It doesn't happen in their neighborhoods. Like, there's, you have to be, like, somewhat above, like, from the people that I met. I'm 33 years old. People that I met that are so fucking clueless, or so, like I said a couple episodes ago, like, so, like, people that are just downright racist because they were raised racist. That's fine. If you're racist, I'm not going to tell you about anything in my family or where I brought up. Tell me why you're racist. Well, just because. And when you're talking to a 21-year-old boy, he doesn't know any better. That's just the way that he is. There's no change in his mind. But then, you know, if you seem like a cool dude, let me ease into you, because I'm not going to push my shit. You were born and raised on your shit. So let me tell you how diverse my immediate family is. So tell me, you know what I mean? If there was, not to bring up the fucking elephant in the room, the fucking George Floyd shit, but, like, if that happened to, you know, like, his brother, like, or, I don't know, on the white side, I guess, like, fuck that. Just tell me why you are so racist.
So
Just born and raised down south. Just tell me why. No answers.
See, right
Just
now,
because he is.
Right now, 20 minutes ago, as I'm recording this it's 9:30 at night, and now they're having Denver tonight. There's protesters. They're walking on the middle of the highway. They're blocking off the highway, and just like,
What is that? What is that doing?
Kathy Sheehan actually, like, put up a post saying anyone who's near, like, the South End police
Our
station to
stepfather
stay
is
away.
blacker than the fucking anything that you can see in this room. Like, he's a badass motherfucker. Our stepdad is a biker, and he's still, like, you know, if he was to come down here and talk about it, like, people would call him an Uncle Tom. Like, he told me this, like, my whole life. Our mom got with him when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
So, like, he's been a big part of my life, but he's like, listen, like, niggas on the street, like, they're fucking, like, but that's not against the whole race. The people that act out and do some fucking shit, like, and then white people see it as, like, you know, narrow-minded white people see it as, like, all black people are bad, or, like, whatever. Madhu is a fucking good man.
Yo,
He's
the
a
first time
fucking
I met
awesome
Madhu,
fucking man.
the first time I met Madhu, I looked up at him and I didn't see color. I was like, that dude is fucking big. This guy is a giant
he
ass.
cussed me the fuck out the other day.
First time I was like, Mom was like, this is
And
my
he's
friend
an old
Madhu.
man
I'm like,
now.
yeah, the whole
He's an
fucking.
old man now.
Guy was
Back in
like
the day,
3
he used to be
times,
jacked.
I was
times my
trying to tell him,
height.
it's like, don't talk about fucking, like, you know, don't be the fucking party pooper, man. Come on, because I was bringing shit down about fucking Trump and stuff in the backyard, and just like said that people. That's why I said politics, where people start getting belligerent and shit.
Talk
And,
to you about it, you know?
yeah, it's like you can have civil conversations.
Yeah.
All I've said is just like this whole situation is fucked up, but from a pessimistic standpoint, and call it what is. I just feel like, again, guys, this is May. Trust me when I say, come June, come July, come August, this whole situation be just another fucking check mark on 2020.
I think it's more attack on racism. And the only people, if I'm going to be honest with you right now, the only people that I know how diverse my immediate family is my brother sitting fucking 6 feet that way. My sister is over there with Susan, our cousin sister, if you will. Like, she's adopted when her mom passed, but she's been with our family long enough. Like, when I tell you, like, some people might talk bullshit. When I tell you that our family was brought up with my traditional Mohawk dad and my black stepfather, and, like, we have seen, and, like, my white mom, like, we have seen 3 sides of everything.
Well, I've had this talk with mom
Right.
when Kai was first born. It's just like, you know, as a kid, you know, fucking dad pulled me out of friggin' Livingston because when I was a kid. It's
Right.
like, you know,
Oh,
I
remember?
remember that.
Yeah.
He's like, you know,
I wasn't born yet.
No, you were born. You were a baby.
That was when Tina was our babysitter down there. Sorry, Chris.
Anyway, no, that's what said. You keep interrupting. But anyway, oh no, Dad said he pulled me out because I was a kid 5 years old, and he got sick and tired of his kid because obviously by genetics I look more white than anything, and
yeah.
I don't fuck. I'm not one of the people where it gets said to me sometimes on social media, why don't you fucking play the Native American card? I'm like, because like many
You
people.
don't look Native American.
Well, on top of two, I don't fucking feel it's not gonna be my entire personality, and my entire crutch with
Right.
life. I try getting through based on my actions reflections of my personality.
We're a half
Not-
breed.
I remember as a Chris was probably 5, so I was 3.
No, Chris.
I
Chris
remember
is talking, James. Hang on.
Oh, sorry. I remember specifically, blonde hair, blue eye. He came home. He had a white jacket. He was covered in blood because a bunch of kids beat his little
Do you remember-
5-year-old ass.
Right.
It
Yeah,
was sad.
Dad said he got sick and tired of seeing this fucking kid because I was the only fucking quote unquote white kid in the fucking school, and he's getting my ass handed to me. 10 fucking black kids jumped me, beating the shit out of me. Now, obviously, at 5, 6 years old, you can't fucking blame kids for repeating what they were fucking taught. So, eventually, Dad would fucking take us, get us out of fucking school, go to Altamont. Altamont, what is Altamont? All fucking white people. Now, if you mentioned you had friggin' black friends, but I fit in Altamont because I basically fucking looked white, Over time would fucking pass, Mom and Dad would get back together, back and forth. Yeah. Dad brought us to the fucking res. We went to fucking Mohawk school.
Yeah,
the thing is, if you go to fucking Mohawk school and you're not...
We're white kids.
If you're not fucking full-blooded fucking Mohawk, the full-blooded Native kids who are full-blooded treat you like total...
What? That means I agree. I'm a blooded. That
Anyway.
means we never talk about this before.
Yeah.
But yes.
But yeah, they would if you weren't fucking full-blooded Indian, they would treat you like total fucking dog shit. So I'm like, growing up as a fucking kid, I got upset because I'm like, damn, if I go to fucking white schools, I get fucking, if I even say I'm fucking, like, we came back to Coast, I would say, hey, my father's Native American, and Terry will come down. We'd have fucking different friends coming from the res. And if you said you were fucking Native American or half Native American, they would fucking treat you like total fucking dog shit because you weren't fucking full white. I'm like, okay, so I don't fit in here. I go to the fucking black school.
Fit in anyway.
I go to the fucking black schools, I get treated like fucking shit because I'm fucking white. So no matter where I go, I'm treated like fucking shit. And I said this to fucking mom.
I'm smoking in the basement.
And I said this to fucking mom. I was like, Mom, you don't fucking really understand this much to when Kaya was first born. How much Kaya is going to seriously see this shit more than you see this shit because mom still didn't experience the racism that at least I did or fucking Jamie did.
No, Mom left us.
Yeah.
Growing up and shit, I was trying to fucking make the point that mom fucking didn't see the racism aspect as bad as I've... Why are you smoking there for?
Because I am.
Well... So I was trying to say, making the fucking point that, mom didn't experience this racism aspect the way that I did because I'm like, Mom, you have now a biracial fucking daughter. You have a fucking biracial daughter because she's not fucking fully freaking black people are going to fuck hate her because she's half white. White people are going to fuck hate her because she's fucking half black. That's just the fucking way it is. And I seen that myself because we're fucking biracial. So no matter where we fucking went in, we didn't fit in. But at least for the most part, Jamie, you and me can at least almost fucking mix in with white people.
Oh,
Kaya can't fucking mix with nobody because she looks like she's fucking Hispanic. She's not Hispanic. So Hispanics are going to fuck hate her because of what she is. No matter where you go, people already hate each other no matter what the fuck they are. Now you start taking fucking children that are fucking from both different fucking races, and you're making it now 10 times worse.
I speak more Mohawk than most of our cousins that have never left the res.
Yeah.
And then, I grew up there. I was fucking catching the fucking school bus to go to, Salmon River, to go, Mohawk school, whatever. But then, we came down here, Mom tried to put me in, remedial reading. And I was on the res, I was doing fine. Dad had such a big fucking issue with it. Our upbringing should probably not be broadcasted. We are half-breeds. We were brought up res. We had fucked up parents. Actually, going through my bachelor's degree, I took Native American Studies, and they were like, tell us a personal story the way the Indians will. And I was like, I bet you nobody else in this class is going to tell you how my dad built me a tree fort in the front of fucking Racket Road, and then he taught me how to fish. My dad told me that if I didn't fish, you were playing with your Barbie dolls, Chris was playing with fucking Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, fucking Nintendo. I don't know. Dad taught me if I didn't, Mom was still living there. My dad told me, if I didn't fucking catch 3 fish, none of us are eating. It's kind of a fucked up upbringing. Kind of fucked
But it
up.
made you the
don't
person
do
you are
that
today.
I know, but it made me humble. But it was just we had fucking Twinkies and Doritos in the fucking cabinets. And I was too young to know, the value of, Twinkies and, I'm a little kid. But, Dad was you're gonna be down here from fucking mid-afternoon until sunset. Here's how you cast a line, this is what you do. Cinder blocks or jijik. Cinder blocks or jijik. The first fish that I cut open was pregnant, and Dad goes, oh, caviar. I was like, what the fuck is caviar? What the fuck is caviar? It's fish eggs.
Also, one thing for wrap this
I
up,
didn't know
and
that back
let
then.
everyone's fuck say their piece. I just said on social media, and anyone can see anything I gotta fucking say is that, look, I understand what people are pissed off for. I understand the fucking protests. I understand why people are doing what they're doing. However, I do also fucking see that on Facebook Live or whatever, or any fucking Instagram, there are fucking videos of people that are attacking people in their fucking cars.
Yeah, what is that?
The thing is, you know, if someone's driving, I don't give a fuck what the skin color of a person is. If you walk up to a person's fucking, if you walk into a person in their fucking car and you have a crowbar, you start fucking bashing in their fucking back windows. If they have an infant in their car, what kind of person are you gonna fucking be if you're bashing in the fuck car with their infant? I don't have fucking a lot left in this fucking world I care about. I've had a lot of fucking losses, a lot of fucking drama. My fucking kid, we just celebrated kind of his 13th fucking birthday party today. I've said this fucking before, like, I have no intentional fucking plans going back to fucking prison because I don't want to go back to that shit. I don't fucking miss it. Sufficient to say, prison wasn't a fucking great place. I'm not looking forward to going back to that shit. I have said that I would never go back for drug reasons, but as being a fucking dad and a brother and a friend and shit too, I can never guarantee I won't go back because I can say this right now, whoever's fucking listening, and I've said this on social media, that 13-year-old little boy, because now we're starting to see protests in all fucking walks across the country, not just fucking Minnesota. If I'm driving in my fucking car in a red light, if you attack my fucking kid or hit my fucking car, do any kind of damage while my kid's in a fucking car, if he gets so much as a fucking scratch on him, I'm going to be fucking going back to prison. My son had nothing to fucking do with what happened down there. You guys have no fucking right to attack innocent fucking people. This shit happened with Trayvon Martin. I was seeing fucking videos.
Standing Rock. Yep. Sorry.
Trayvon Martin's not Standing Rock. I was seeing when Trayvon fucking Martin happened. That was down in fucking Florida. There was people all across fucking the country sitting down the fucking red lights. Some old man, 70 fucking years old, gets pulled out of his fucking truck, beat the fucking 3 or 4 fucking black guys, beat the shit out of him. Oh, this is fucking justice for Trayvon. That man had nothing to fucking do with what happened to the dude, man. No offense. It's like, that's you can't do that shit. Like, but it's like, go ahead and do some damage to my fucking child. My kid's 13. He had nothing to fucking do with what happened down there.
But like what Jamie was saying earlier, the extent of what they had to do to make their voices heard. Like, black people have gone through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Our people got moved to reservations.
But my son has nothing to do with this shit.
Yes.
That's my fucking point.
And they have to ride to fucking...
No, but they're not riding though. They're attacking innocent fucking people. I can pull right now on my phone. I can pull fucking videos. There's fucking videos. They're attacking fucking cars right now on the highway, and these people, they have nothing to do with that shit.
And doing whatever. There's another thing with actually attacking
like
innocent people.
I can even argue the whole them attacking the Target because they were saying that they were attacking the Target because the Target wasn't selling them milk to help with their the pepper spray. So, like, not that I think it's right, but you can make the argument for that. But when they're attacking poor people on the highway just doing their thing, like, what is that solving?
Yeah.
Like, one guy's like, what is this for? And the guy's like in his face like, Black Lives Matter. Like, okay, what do I have to do with
put
that?
it into perspective. What if that happened in Albany? They stormed Elk Street.
Tell you one thing, if I had my kid in the car and somebody stormed them, I'm about to go to jail for beating somebody's asses. My kid's in the car, all fucking gloves are off. Like, my first and foremost
We haven't mentioned Jamie's crazy.
It's not about being crazy, but it's about being a fucking parent.
You beyond mess with my kid, I don't care if I go to jail for life, y'all fucking dying.
Here's the thing though, as we speak, as we are doing this podcast right now, they are protesting and rioting down in the South End.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
And they have the right to protest. I'm for that. I understand their fucking point.
But they're like hitting up trucks, they're throwing bricks through people's windows, they're going after the police station here in Albany.
What did they do?
It's like Albany had nothing to do with what happened there. And for what it's worth, we actually kind of are more, like, open-minded than any other frickin' city in America.
Most, definitely.
Most.
So that's my fuck piece on. It's like, and we'll see what happens in the upcoming fucking days and weeks.
I think people just need to start treating each other better, and anytime any incident...
color.
Yes. Anytime of any incident of an officer being over-aggressive on any person of any color, it's like throw a riot because it's unacceptable. Police are there to protect, and when they start hurting unarmed people, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, the problem is and always starts with police brutality. Like, I agree with Chris that nobody has a right to be attacked that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But look at it from the standpoint of the way you feel about how you would act if your kid was attacked is exactly how these people feel when they're constantly being attacked simply because of their race.
Ooh. Knocking everything down. And that's what's messed up. It's like, come on. It needs to stop.
It does.
And the question is, no one's coming up with the thing is, no one's coming up with the solution.
That's the thing.
What's the
But
solution?
the problem is it's become so divided that no matter what solution they come up with, there's going to be a side that's
more
going...
racism.
And the thing is, like, there's been a lot of solutions that's been proposed, but nobody wants to put these solutions in place because there's always a reason why not to. You know, people have been calling for, you know, de-escalation training in the police force, and then you have people arguing that, oh, we don't want de-escalation training for whatever reason they don't want it. You know, there's been all types of solutions proposed. Like they've like one of you guys said earlier, they should use
Rubber bullets.
non-lethal force, rubber bullets, beanbags, tasers, whatever. And those things have been implemented in a lot of police forces across the nation, but there are those police officers that would still rather kill somebody and then try to get away with it.
Put a knee on the neck.
Yeah, like,
you take their fucking bullets away from them, they're gonna put a fucking knee on the neck. Like, what the fuck?
Like, it makes you wonder, like, these guys that signed up to be police officers, would they be police officers if they were told you can't have guns? Like, if they said, I'm gonna send you out here and I'm gonna give you beanbag guns and rubber bullet guns and tasers, but I'm not giving you an actual gun that kills people.
Happy motherfuckers.
Would those same guys want to be police officers?
And like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's always more broadcast, like, white and black, but, like, a black guy who is power happy, an Asian guy who is power happy, a Mexican guy who is power happy, it's not the police force.
But this is the thing, like, there's never going to be in this country, like, a minority group that's power happy. Minorities don't control power in this country.
We're the mixing pot, Al. We are the
this
mixing pot.
This is a mixing pot, and we are diverse in this country. Yeah. But minorities don't control that power. They don't. They simply don't. That's just the way the structure is set up. The Constitution,
going back to the Constitution, was a white man's thing. Like, I grew up Native, like, that's like Native, like, American democracy was born off of Iroquois Confederacy. That's how you get your president and your Congress. Like, your Congress is from our clan mothers, from the Six Nations of Iroquois that fucking dominated more than anybody else in the Northeast. Like, we conglomerated, and we became the Six Nations. But we had clan mothers, so you put the women in charge of, and, like, we didn't have fucking. You have a commercial on TV or bashing this and that. Like, to be a chief on our tribe, like, you have to be asked. You have to be honorably asked.
Like I was saying too, it's a point that fucking power is not even distributed because our population isn't just even. You know, it's like, what is it? They say blacks make up 13%, 14% of the population across this entire country.
Really?
So, I mean, who knows exactly? We only go by what we're fucking told. But the thing is, and again, we don't even know how many take into illegal immigrants, but there's roughly 360 million fucking people. And the thing is, this is all about fucking.
Too many Indians, not enough chiefs. Go ahead, Chris.
Why we've all fucking said too, it's like, you know, the term like minority. Minority is also based on demographic, you know. In the fucking cities, it's proven. In the fucking cities, yes, there's a higher black population, but this is looking at cities. You look at a course of half the states, half the fucking countries. I mean, perception is an amazing thing because when I was in fucking jail, we had this older guy, forgot his name now, but he was a white collar fucking criminal. He got a couple years in prison for embezzlement, and he was doing fucking demonstrations to everyone in our group about, you know, statistics and stuff too, and perception. So you ask average person, say, okay, what do you think is more popular, Pepsi or Coke? Some people may say, well, my area, my friends, we all fucking drink Pepsi. Our friends drink Pepsi. He said, actually, you break it down from a global standpoint, Coke fucking outsells Pepsi triple the fucking one. Why is it fucking four? It could be NASCAR. NASCAR is a massive companion of Coke. You go to fucking, every time you go see a movie, right? In movie theater, what do they have? They have Coke. Anyone goes to a fucking bar, did they say rum and Pepsi? They say rum and Coke. Exactly. Now he would say things like, you know, okay, what's more popular? Rap music, country music, rock music, and every fucking black is all rap music. Rap music in your fucking community, in your fucking city, yes, rap music is number one. globally, statistically, and country-wise, shit too, country blows up rap music fucking 10-1. But the thing is, so it's amazing too. It's like when you hear about fucking numbers, like they would say, what's the number fucking one selling deodorant in the country? Is it like Old Spice? Is it Speed Stick? Is it blah blah? People with different opinions. He would say no. Actually, the number one fucking deodorant is fucking I forgot the hell is it. What's the one that says made for a woman, strong enough for a fucking man? Secret is a fucking number one fucking deodorant because men and women both buy fucking Secret.
No shit.
Yeah, you gotta slow down. It is.
She ain't driving.
But I said that's the fucking. That's it. The funny thing with perception of fucking numbers. So it's like they may see too. It's like right now with the whole black thing. It's like and fucking cops shooting people. It's like, well, you know, yes. It's a hard fucking thing to debate because it's like, you know, technically speaking and number wise, yes, double the fucking amount of white people do get fucking killed than black people by fucking cops. That's a fucking number. However, break down the fucking numbers. There's also 10 times the amount of fucking white people in this fucking, at 9 and 10 times higher than that. So it's like, if you look down the actual fucking ratio,
it's Native American people.
Yeah, but you also see something like I saw this
Look
one.
at it.
I saw this one video
Chris,
where this.
James, not to cut you off. Sorry, Chris, to cut you off. If you guys, do you know how many people are fucking not from our from out west reservations, Native American people?
Oh no,
they're undocumented. Yeah. They're on American land, reservation land, undocumented. Do you know how many people? Like how many Indian? They could be our cousins. Could be Joy. Like it's out west mostly. Could be all of our fucking cousins and uncles listening. Like out west though, it's bad.
It is bad.
I know,
it's
but that's what I'm saying. It's like these all the fucking numbers. They're so a lot of things are fucking subjectional. So it's like the blackish situation. It's like, you know, cops fucking do shoot them. No, it's.
But then you see something like there was this video I saw that it was a white man and he had a knife and he was like in the cop's face, basically slicing the cop. The cop didn't do nothing. But you know about black man had been doing that.
Right.
That's where most
of
the venom comes from because you see you get to see a lot of videos of white guys armed where the cops won't even approach them. Yeah. They won't shoot him. They won't say anything. But then they will gun down an unarmed black man and say, "I thought he had a weapon."
That's stereotypical. That's stereotypical bullshit.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Stereotypical bullshit. Like Jamie, if I didn't know you, if I didn't know Sue, like, you guys are a little bigger than me. Like, okay, I'm gonna fight with dukes and hands, like, whatever. But if you had, like, you're friends with you and, like, your friends have knives to fucking baseball bats, like, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Like,
I think Dad said it perfectly. I'm like, I'm not prejudiced. I hate everyone equally. That's you know.
I said that a couple episodes ago, actually.
Yeah, but then but why is that for Al? What do you think? I mean, what is just like? I've said this to fucking Al and people recently, where it's like, growing up in the fucking 80s and 90s, this became a fucking very big cliche and a very big stereotype. I often do wonder. I'd never try to be a conspiracy theorist because I don't want to fucking go down that route. But, however, when you grow up and shit too, if you were an average fucking person, say you're a fucking white person.
He is an average fucking person.
What are you talking? Anyway.
Yeah,
she's. I was saying average fucking person. All right, I was saying. Working a fucking 9-to-5 job, you fucking come home, you watch the local fucking news. Watch the local news, you have dinner with your family and your freaking kids. And when you see every single fucking night, black guy robbed a store, next night, black guy robbed a store, next night, black guy shot up some fucking people. Now, the thing is, there was white people in your fucking community committing these fucking crimes. There's white people fucking doing horrible shit. However, the media was so fucking focused on every single fucking night you come home, all they fucking show is some random fucking black dude committing crimes. After time, you start thinking to yourself, Jesus Christ, this fucking city sucks because all I see is black people fucking committing crimes. Even though the actual hidden numbers there were fucking plenty of fucking crimes being committed by people who weren't fucking they weren't fucking black, for example. So nowadays, but now it seems like it's almost kind of the opposite. Yes, there are fucking white people being fucking killed by cops. There are white people fucking doing horrible shit. The thing is, why is the media only focusing on one aspect of that? That's why I don't understand. It's like, why is the fucking the thing shifted? And
yeah, exactly.
Hey, Al, as a black guy in the room, how do you feel about that?
I feel like nothing's shifted. I feel like it just depends on the social media you choose.
Yeah.
Because right now, what's happening is certain people are pushing certain agendas to have you see things a certain way. And before, it was the same thing. It was they were pushing an agenda to have you see things a certain way.
Yeah.
That's always the way it is. Like you
Like
can't if you
my stepdad that's right upstairs, we're in the boiler room. But like he will give his opinions, but like around even his brothers and his sisters that are still alive, like he kind of like bites his tongue for, like they grew up hard, like whatever. But like in the comfort of like our family, like whatever, basically bunch of half breed and like white people, like whatever. But I don't think he would speak the same tongue if he was around his even own family. But the whole difference is that he recognized like ignorant from not. Ignorant from not.
This is too much fucking, I feel like, overall agendas being focused on more versus actual, like, what's important. That's what it said. People, it's, when you see an article, it's just like, you never see to yourself an article like, the police killed an innocent person. That's never the fuck headline.
That's what it
That's
needs
never
to
the fuck
read.
headline. Now,
Yeah,
the first thing is everyone wants to read is like, well, the cops killed an innocent fucking black guy. Whether it's, no matter what the skin tone of this individual.
No, they killed an innocent person.
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
what did this guy do? Wasn't he trying to pass off
that's
like
a whole
forfeit bill
controversy
or something?
Would they have held the knee on the neck if he was white?
Or something.
Team, would they have held the knee on the neck if he was white? Or would
And
have the
it doesn't
people
matter
taking
if
a
they-
picture would have fucking bum rushed him? Like, there's
couldn't,
what
though.
ifs, what ifs, what ifs, what ifs, what ifs. This is in Minnesota. We all grow up on the res in New York, upstate New York. Like, we don't know that life. Like, I will tell you guys, hands...
Yeah, but-
I already talked about this in another episode. Like, the guy that I dated that was black, like, his mom had an issue that I was light-skinned. And I was like, I'm not entirely white. Like, I grew up in a reservation. I'm half Mohawk. Like, she had an issue with me. She wanted her son with a black woman. She's old school. Like, I can't... I'm not mad at
every
her.
state has different issues. Simple as
Yeah.
that. Like, you can't take racism and say New
just
York
sucks.
versus, like, Minnesota versus Mississippi. That's even fuck Al's like where he grew up and shit too. So it's like it's not like it's fucking broadcasted evenly. It's not.
No, it's not.
So
But
what were you saying, Al?
I was
forgot.
fucked up.
Alright,
You said you were saying
I was
something.
fucked up.
I forgot you were saying something, and
I already forgot that train of thought.
so. But no, I don't understand what the fuck. I don't understand what the media, they're like the agenda of like pushing it one way or the other. Why it's like
Right.
is it sell more fucking papers? Is it sell more fucking clicks? But why isn't everything covered? It's only a certain aspect of covered.
It's part political, part capitalist driven. Some of these
Part
shows need ratings.
racism driven too. Al,
It's
don't
it's
forget
largely racism driven.
that. Yeah, they're trying to turn you against us, even down there in the boiler room. Like, you're a black
What?
man, like
in the boiler room.
in the boiler room. Like, there's a lot of fucking. I'm not cutting you off. I just have to interject. Like, there's a lot of fucking in our lifetime. Me, my brother, my sister. Susan's a little bit younger than me. We didn't see this shit. We have a biracial little sister, a mixed little sister, whatever the fuck you want to call her. Like, brown little sister, as Chris calls her. Like, whatever. But, like, this was not like this.
Well, we didn't see it, but it was always there.
Yes,
It's just
but
now-
I think a lot of people haven't seen it unless they've been part of it.
Well, that's the thing with social media and the news and everything. Nowadays, everything's broadcasted out there. When we were kids, how often did that happen? Because
It
you know,
did happen, but
social
not
media.
as much as it's been happening of recent. I
but the
feel.
broadcast of it.
Go ahead, Al.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So
I think the first time it was broadcasted was like with Rodney King back in
That
like the
poor guy.
90s.
yeah.
That was the first
1992.
time. That was the first time we had a major broadcast image of cops kicking the shit out
Yeah,
of a
but
black guy.
luckily he lived.
Yeah. No. Hey, well, he still
It
got.
was disgusting.
Yeah, it was disgusting, but he did live.
Rodney King, disgusting police
But like I said,
brutality.
for long term shit
Wait,
too. I
Al's
mean,
talking,
what's
guys.
really gonna
Al's talking, guys.
what's really gonna fucking change?
Yeah.
That was just his introduction.
I don't think anything's gonna change.
No, because
No, and it needs to. People just have to be colorblind, and just any injustices against any person of any color need to be addressed.
yeah. But what's fucking scary, and then I
Anyway,
talked.
Al, what you were saying was, let Al talk. He was gonna say
He was done talking.
that was it. That was his
It
whole
was a one person
introduction.
talking right now. It's not Al.
Like, Al was just talking. Like, it started out with Rodney King and chummy in.
Anyway, like, so I was saying, what the thing with fucking Trump is and stuff, what's getting scary is, right now they're burning down police stations and shit, and it's getting fucking bad. He's already talking about and deploying the fucking National Guard, and that's, I'd tell you, as somebody who has, right now, personal friends in the fucking military, when you sign up for the military, the last fucking thing you ever want to fucking do is come home and have to fucking worry about fucking coming. It's one thing if you get deployed overseas. The last thing anybody in the fucking military listening to this shit too or has friends wants to fucking do is fucking have to be deployed on your own fucking soil. And it's like that turns into some very dangerous territory because all these fucking people, as badass as you may fucking think you are with your little AK-47s, your little fucking guns, you are not taking out the fuck U.S. military. And that's some scary fucking shit because in our lifetimes we've never fucking seen ever, none of us, the fucking army come on fucking these city streets and shit too.
There's the Civil War before us.
That's because it's illegal to deploy the military
and
on
then
city
it
streets.
wasn't like U.S. military and U.S. military, but they have to pull out the National Guards for these fucking riots. For these
That's
fucking
crazy.
What's also that's a fucking problem too. Is
not even like before the riots that happened this week, they were about to fucking deploy people for fucking COVID.
What's fucking gets scary, Al, is like, they're constantly changing up what is legal and what is illegal.
No, it's written, the language is clear in the Constitution. The National Guard and the military are not the same. The National Guard was created specifically so the military doesn't have to interact on American soil.
Yeah.
Like, because our military takes their orders from the civilian population, from the politicians.
Do you know, Al, can I school you on something? Like, National Guard, the Coast Guard. Coast Guard has international waters rights that our military does not. And they do what's right, and they fucking, like, stop drug smugglers, and they do what the fuck. But the Coast Guard being called in, I'm not gonna say names, but the guy that I'm saying, like, his fucking best friend is Coast Guard fucking Marshal, and he was like, yo, I'm back inland, I'm back in mainland, in the States, like, New York State, like, whatever. That's how my boyfriend knows him, and he's like, I'm here for 2 weeks. I'm not worried about martial law. I'm worried about the zombies, he goes. I said, what the fuck is a zombies? The fuck? And he goes, the junkie zombies. Because if we are not an everyday people, feeding the fucking homeless, for every 10 people, somebody gives him $1. He might have nicer shoes than me, but somebody is giving him $1, whether he's down and out or he's bullshitting, doesn't matter. Like, everybody fucking, like, gives him $1. But when there's nobody on the streets to give him $1, what the fuck are they gonna do?
That's why the killer rats are out. You see that?
Yeah.
Like,
June looks like it's gonna be the killer rats. We'll
zombies.
I seen that article. Yeah, there was something about the killer rats.
No, they're not killer rats. They're aggressive rats.
Cannibal rats.
Yeah, because all the
Fucking
restaurants.
2020, yeah.
That's okay.
Cannibal rats,
That's what I
murder
said.
hornets.
Well, first, yeah. First we had
July better be man bear pig.
one at a time.
Now, did you see that Simpsons episode? Because, they're like, oh, Simpsons predicted COVID. And it's like, well,
God.
Simpsons predict everything. But in that same episode, the people are outside Dr. Hibbert's office like, oh, we want the vaccine. He's like, all I have is placebos. And he's like, where are these placebos? They bust open the truck. The truck happens to have killer bees in it. How messed up is that?
The killer hornets.
But no, in
Fuck
the
the Simpsons, dude.
But they
The
predict
Simpsons
everything.
is a modern day Nostradamus. Like, it's real
creators of
life.
The
If y'all haven't studied Nostradamus,
No, The Simpsons is a modern day Nostradamus.
No, it's funny with 2020. First it's
like, if the world's ending, I want to meet the writers.
first it's coronavirus. Now it's fucking protests. Then we
First it was wildfires, then corona.
Oh yeah, what did she?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
Some people can't drink. Anyway, yeah.
I was gonna smoke, but I can't smoke that in the boiler
It's
room.
been 5 fucking minutes. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, it hasn't been
good
long. I
menthols,
have to
too.
pee.
No, first
Fuck
it
you,
was
Chris. Hey, Chris.
Anyway,
Hey,
so
Jamie. Hey, Sue. Hey, Al. Hey, look at this. Look
hey.
at my microphone. Fuck you guys.
So, and this is from
Fuck all you guys.
This is from
At the end of the day.
NBCnews.com. It says, starving, angry, and cannibalistic. America's rats are getting desperate amid coronavirus pandemic. It says, a new quote-unquote army of rats come in, and whichever army has the strongest rats is going to conquer the area.
They're probably related to me.
It says, America's rats are being hit hard by the coronavirus. It says, as millions of Americans shelter indoors to combat the virus,
rats are gonna take over.
which it says, so many businesses, including restaurants and grocery stores, have closed or limited operations, cutting
Seriously?
off many rodents' main sources of food. On deserted streets across the country, rats are in dire survival mode. If you take rats that have been established in the area or somebody's property,
Big ass street rats.
and they're doing well, the reason they're doing well is because they're eating well. So ever since the coronavirus broke out, not a single thing has changed with them because someone else is doing their trash exactly the same in their yard, as they've always done it poorly. So now restaurant all of a sudden closes, which has happened by the thousands in not just New York City, but coast to coast around the world. And those rats that were living in that restaurant, someplace nearby, and perhaps for decades, having generations of rats that depend on that food, life is no longer working for them, and they only have a couple of choices.
They're bigger than Luca, guys. They're bigger than Mom's dogs.
So they said they include cannibalism, rat battles, and infantile.
I've seen a video that I tried to debunk 100 times. This rat was washing his armpits, and I was like, "You guys have seen that video?" And I was like, "No. Like, wait a minute. Like, I know videography. I know fucking Photoshop. Like, is this rat like literally washing his armpits?" And he was.
It's just like we've seen.
He was legit.
It's just like we've seen in the history of mankind, where people try to take over lands, and when they come in with the militaries and armies and fight to the death, literally, for what's going to conquer that land. And that's what happens with the rats. A new army of rats has come in, and whichever army is the strongest rats is going to conquer the area.
So the rats that do survive are going to be super smart rats.
They're Indian rats.
So this says this has nothing to fucking do with Indians.
To a reservation.
Jeez, just like Mom, she's fucking drunk. Everything's Indian with her.
To make that joke. They're reservation rats.
Jeez, you got fucking 3 beers and Mom, and I fucking can't stand Indians. I was living on the res, and I'm Indian. No, you're not, Mom. Just because you got pregnant by an Indian. Like,
hey, she did have Indian in her.
God,
you're gonna push
I didn't know.
rats.
So this says
You're gonna push the rats.
they're mammals just like you and I, and so when you're really, really hungry,
She had Indian in her.
so it says these rats are fighting with one another.
To the death.
Now the adults are killing the youngest in their nest, and they're actually cannibalizing the pup rats.
Oh my god.
In New Orleans, where Louisiana
What do you
governor
think happened in the Six Nations, huh?
That's horrid.
in
Iroquois tradition?
In New Orleans, when Louisiana's governor imposed a stay-at-home order that shut down many restaurants, there was a viral video posted in March showing swarms of rats taken to the streets to find food. And officials said social distance is to blame. What we have seen is these practices are driving our rodents crazy. And what rodents do, and what they'll do, they'll find
scavengers.
food. Yeah, so
Savages, if you will.
well, I'm assuming
Savages, which I take very much offense to.
June is going to be cannibal rats. What do you think July will be?
Man, bear, pig.
Have you guys heard
pig,
about the
yes.
cicadas that's supposed to be coming
That's
soon?
this
Oh my
month.
God, yeah.
That happens every 17 years. But no,
Yes.
I agree with Susan. I'll say
Freaking
man, bear,
2020.
pig.
wait, so
Man, baby.
wait, so what's this? How do you spell cicadas? I heard something about that. What?
Cicadas come out every 17
You're
years.
going to have to say it to your phone and let it
She
spell it
said-
for you.
Yeah.
Because if I spell it for you, I'm going to set you on a wrong path.
But then you're gonna bum rush them to
cicada?
segregated land.
Cicadas? I don't know.
Cicadas come out every 17 years. Or
Okay.
is it 17 or 7?
It's been 17 years since
It's 17, okay.
they showed their faces.
Yeah, they're just swarms of them that come out.
This is from 2 days ago. This is why 2020 cicada will.
still recording.
Huh? Why the 2020 cicada visit will be different than the past ones. The 17-year cicadas are spreading across the eastern United States. Things are getting pretty noisy in the parts of North America. After 17 years underground, it's time for millions of cicadas to emerge in Southwest Virginia, West Virginia, and North Carolina. They're known as Brood 9. They're red-eyed, loud as a lawnmower, and ready to have a single glorious month above ground before they die. There are more than 190 species and subspecies of cicada in North America alone. While some of these curious creatures appear every year, others have a unique life cycle. Two types, 13 and 17 years, stay underground for their namesake time period before they emerge as nymphs. The name for immature cicadas. Once above ground, the cicadas make the transition from nymph to mature adults and try to lay as many eggs as possible. The hope is that their kids can survive and go on to live their own underground life. Cicadas make a tasty treat for plenty of predators, including birds, rodents, fish, insects, arachnids. So basically, we're going to have a big cicada versus rat war. So.
My money's on the rats.
Yeah, they've been yeah.
In North America, batches of cicadas are on the same multi-year cycle known as broods. They tend not to overlap geographically, so a given area will only see 17-year cicadas every 1.7 decades. This year,
God.
Brood 9 is finally having its moment. The last time they emerged was 2003.
Oh my god.
Although they're the same kind, multiple species will be part of the big event. That there are 3 species of 17-year cicadas in North America.
Now,
Wow.
question: do they show what they look like?
Probably.
Yes.
They're like big beetles.
Yep, with
wings.
Yes.
and also red eyes, and they sound like a fucking lawnmower. So
Well, we don't get them around here, thankfully. But
That's gonna make some drug addict think that they're tripping very badly.
especially if they're like 17 years
Yes, and they've never seen it before.
Could you imagine not ever having been involved with a cicada, never seen it, don't even know what it is? Walk out of your house one morning and there's just fucking thousands of farms you can see. Holy shit.
Is it the end of the world?
It's the end of the world.
I'm going-
This shit has got to be terrible.
you probably call the fucking police.
I'm calling everybody.
All these beetles have red eyes, and they're
I don't know what's
flying
going
at me.
on.
Man,
I might be
that
tripping,
took
but
me.
I need help.
Bro, what did I just
Christ.
see?
Yeah. That's like I heard about this Al recently. Have you ever heard about the fucking double rainbow video?
Yes.
Double rainbows. What's
Okay,
that?
so
Oh,
I
God.
listened just because Stern was talking about this, but again, this is what I was talking about a couple of days ago about the whole. Actually, my friend Carlton's wife was because his wife doesn't. She's an older woman and shit too, and she works a regular job, and she says too she tries to stay away from the whole social media trend and internet trend. And I was saying this has always been my big issue with almost starting this podcast. How the most mundane bullshit can get you fucking famous. This guy, you can look it up. It's called the Double Rainbow.
Hilarious.
He must have either been doing a shit ton of acid or smoked about fucking 20 goddamn blunts because it's basically a fucking guy who looks like he's all high as hell. He looks up and he goes, "Oh my god, that's a double rainbow," and he starts laughing.
Why is this happening?
Why is this happening for? That's
You know,
a double rainbow.
I've never
Maybe
seen a
his
double
older
rainbow.
brother and his best friend gave him shrooms, and they were actually shiitake
Whatever
mushrooms.
he's doing, but it's a whole fucking video of him just like saying, "Oh my god, this is so trippy. It's double.
amazing.
It's amazing." So it's just like this guy stoned out his fucking brain. So I guess he passed away at like 51 years old, which is tragic.
wow.
But he was fucking known for making the double rainbow video. He got fucking like 50 million views for looking up in the sky and saying, "Oh my god, it's a double rainbow. Look how magical it is." And you're like, this motherfucker got 50 million fucking views for talking about a rainbow. Like,
Yo, whatever works.
but this is what I'm saying too. Like, it's amazing how I just said, I was
The
tell-
randomest crap.
well, I was telling
become-
Karen Carlton have fucking 2 cats. We have fucking 2 cats. So I'm gonna make a fucking video of Chloe and Cheesecake taking a massive shit, okay? Maybe I'll get a million views, maybe not, and stuff too. Karen and Carlton take videos of their cats taking a massive shit. Now, if Karen Carlton gets fucking million views and I get 1,000, who's the better uploader? It's like, because some of these quote-unquote celebrities, these fucking new influencers and shit too, like Alice too, we're agreeing with that one. We hate the term now, it's even Ralph Garman's like, "I'm an influencer." He goes, "It's not a real fucking job." But like, I'm an influencer. It's like some of these fucking videos you've seen online, they're just the most dumbest everyday horse shit where it's like,
What the hell was that?
Did
No
Jen
idea.
just die?
Yeah.
She might have.
so
Oh god, the mother's coming down.
it's coming down. We're pausing this shit.
Oh no!
Oh, alcohol abuse.
Yeah. So it's just funny how, like I said, you can become like within somebody fucking to nobody within the most smallest mundane fucking shit. It's
Well, I think you've posted many times, or you've posted stuff similar like this. It's like, yeah, the Kardashians can have like 20 seasons, but Cosmo has like 1.
Yeah.
So that just shows the state of humanity.
Which is why I
The
said,
attention span of humans.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like the Cosmos talks about like beautiful things about the universe, and the Kardashians is the Kardashians.
And and Al said fuck before, even from episode 1, we're just like, I can get with your quote unquote content if you're creating something, if you're doing something, it's something you can look back on and shit, whether it's like a Netflix show, a comedy fucking special. All these fucking people, your fucking Twitchers, your OnlyFans, your TikToks, they literally do nothing. It's just like there's nothing to look fucking back on. It's there's people there. They have videos of like, I'm watching a TV show and I'm not gonna show the TV show because I don't own the rights for the TV show. But I'm gonna make a video of me. So let's just you and me go fucking pop on Friends right now, and we'll watch 3 episodes of fucking Friends. We won't show Friends, and it's just you and me. We'll have a bag of popcorn. We'll watch fucking Friends for 2 hours, and like, look, this is me and this is Kristen and his cousin watching Friends for 2 hours, and our reactions to watching fucking Friends deserves 10 million fucking views. Like,
But it really doesn't.
what it does though. And then they're the ones who post on social media. Well, me and Sue are kind of upset. We're kind of offended because you guys are.
I am too.
What? Anyway, but me and Sue are upset because our fans aren't giving us enough money for our content. The quality of our content of me and Susan watching television and our reaction to what's watching television.
This is why the only people I'll watch, the only TikToks I'll watch are by our family members.
No, I watch TikToks because they're funny.
The TikToks are funny, I'm saying, but these are the YouTube videos, though.
But YouTube, the only people I'll watch are, like I said, the 3 different content creators for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Because they research.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That like I would say, that has a premise to it, though.
Yeah.
There's something to that.
And they're not doing it for money. They're doing it for fun.
But there's people who make fucking videos where it's just like, again, it's just like, I'm making a YouTube video of me vacuuming and folding laundry. Like, okay, that's my content.
If you did it naked, you might get some.
Well, yeah.
One view.
Shaving creams and whipped cream on
Christ.
my ass.
Like, hey, some people could be into that, yo.
Longhorn and the Marriott is what you gotta do to get views.
Yeah,
I tune in.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we killed fucking 2 hours, and we got at least another half hour ahead of us. But like I said, the bottom line is we'll move on from the George issue. Like, hey, I'm sorry the fucking guy died, but like, said the 5 of us, we have no control over this shit. And I'm sorry to say this, come fucking into summer, he'll just be another fucking name. So I mean, we can listen to this year from now. I guarantee fucking to you.
I just hope with all the riots, something good does come out of it.
I just feel like nothing's gonna.
I hope it does. That's me. I'm a pessimistic person, but I'm gonna try to be optimistic about this.
I mean,
hopefully something.
Honestly,
good
like,
I'm gonna be
your heart has to go out for like the man's family.
Oh, of course.
That's number one thing. Like,
I'm singing, but
we can sit there. We can sit there and
I hope so too.
We can sit here and like talk about it, but at the end of the day, his family's like hurting right now, and sincerely, like, we do have to like feel bad for these people.
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for his girlfriend slash fiance.
These people,
if they had like kids, his mother, his father,
like our people, like, it's a fucking cop corruption.
Just be nice to each other.
Ordeal.
Be good to each other, and corrupt cops should be fired.
Yeah.
Before we fucking move on, this is like what Al said. Every fucking podcast we try ending the same way. Al has said this every fucking time about supporting your local communities.
Yeah.
You're not really doing a good job with that right now.
No.
Right now, there's a massive fire burning on South Pearl Street in Albany.
Yeah.
Really?
I told you, they're rioting as we speak.
Yeah.
But what did South Pearl Street do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But how many fucking business owners right there, too, the past few months have had zero fucking income?
They've
It's just-
probably seen some shit,
And
though,
now all this
that
crap
is
is
not
happening
broadcast.
down
No.
at their business, and they
They
can't do
might
anything
have
about
seen
it.
some shit, guys. Then don't talk about shit you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, they've
Just
probably
talk about-
seen some shit.
That's got nothing. Anyway.
That's just unfortunate for everybody. Just be nice to each other.
Yeah, that could happen.
You can say it.
I'm not going to be nice to you or my brother or my cousin or Al.
Oh, boy.
I'm not going to be nice to any of you guys.
Why not be nice to Al? I just met him. He seems nice.
I was nice to him the first
I like to
time.
think I'm nice.
But I'm not
gonna be
going
nice
to
to
treat
the rest
him
of you,
differently
but-
than I would treat you.
Oh, yeah.
Christ.
So, motherfucker.
So, yeah, so
You gonna break a chair?
this has been our whole fucking weeks, or the past. It's been hard it's been hard for me to write down new content because this has been the fucking main thing for 24/7. So it's like, in terms of say movie news, and like you hear about people breaking their teeth on TikTok and killer ass beetles and shit. Like, I'm not sure what other fucking story we can move on to right now because it's been kind of fucking madness. Like, I don't know. Do you have any
Jamie,
funny ass
as our
stories?
special guest, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Final thoughts. Sue says.
Huh?
Just be nice to each other.
That's what we said. I'm saying move on to something different for like a half hour because we just kind of like burned up everything for the past week. Not sure what the fuck else to talk about, you know?
Jamie, why don't you talk about your husband?
My
no,
husband.
I know what. Nope, we're not going there. We're not going there, bro.
My husband's cute. I like him.
Yeah. But I don't want to drag it back like a fucking
I could rate a
dredging the
about
fucking
him.
Hudson. It's talking about dredging some fucking old shit.
How do you feel
Like,
about fuck? I want to bring this up before because I'm a massive fan of Joe Rogan and Joe's talked about this a billion fucking times. Some fans get annoyed by it, but I'm always gonna fucking support it. And I've been saying this even before I went to fucking prison since I did. But like the whole thing with fucking legalize marijuana, you know, it's a hot button fucking topic within this country, and the fact that it's 2020 and we still universally can't legalize this shit. I don't fucking
We're
get
still
it.
segregated with the states that allow it and the states that don't.
Well, I mean, fucking, you don't like how.
Colorado allows it.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know
a
what?
lot of the New York population moved to Colorado just because it was legal
Stupid
there.
because they could move in Massachusetts.
And then Colorado turned back and was like, yo,
right.
this is our profit from opening up fucking like weed stores, recreationally weed stores. You can't deny that. You can't deny stats.
I've had fucking coworkers of ours where like they'll say, man, if our company fucking allowed fucking weed smoking, I'd be baked on a goddamn daily basis. Like,
The thing is, it's kind of stupid not to legalize it everywhere because this
Yeah,
is the
I
reality
agree.
of marijuana. People are going to smoke it regardless if it's legal or not.
They have
So,
been since.
since it's been
forever.
found, like
Yeah.
so you might as well make money off of it. This whole concept, like people, I've heard the argument where they were like, "Oh, if we legalize it, everybody's gonna do." I was like, it's stupid because alcohol is legal and not everybody drinks. Cigarettes are legal, not everybody smokes.
yeah.
If
If
I'm
you
gonna put
legalize
all bullshit
marijuana-
inside me, Chris and Jamie wouldn't be alive. If they were for marijuana on the reservations
Well, you know what's
that
funny?
illegally came into the states.
What's funny is I heard this shit in the past.
we're
Like, you
gonna be
know,
real.
back in the fucking day when they were trying to advocate making marijuana legal and stuff too, they would actually fucking tell people, no bullshit, that like the thing with marijuana is when people fucking smoke it, specifically black people and Hispanic people, when they fucking smoke marijuana, they start raping white women. And that was a big proponent of what they would fucking tell the American public.
I never.
Well, you ever see those the anti-marijuana
I'll pull it up right
things?
now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but my insignificant other is black. He smokes weed. I'm a white woman. I can guarantee you. He did not rape me. I went willing.
Oh my good God.
Sue got that D. Sue got that D. Just for the record, recorded. The color loser, Sue got that D. She was like, just out there, I got that black D. I was willing, people
ready
and
and
ready.
Oh, you got a BBC fetish?
Is
Does he
this
look like Jon
Longhorn?
Snow?
Was Longhorn black? I don't know. I heard the Longhorn story, but I didn't know if he
No,
was
I
black
agree
or
with
white.
Chris
And-
though. I mean, you don't
Oh,
have to
sorry,
do
right.
it to. I'm not an avid smoker, but I don't give a crap if like Susan rolled up a blunt and started smoking in front of me. That's her thing.
So
So
almost everybody I know smokes. At
Yeah,
this point,
everybody
I
it's
think-
hard. Like when I have to remember
Smokes
that
or
it's
does
illegal,
cocaine?
it blows my mind.
ooh,
If you don't smoke, you do blow. Like,
do what you gotta do. Well, you know, in some countries, blow's even legal. Like in, I guess, Sweden. Like, they're all like, yeah, do what you want, have fun. As long as you're not, like, hurting anybody, go nuts. I feel like if it's regulated, maybe they would control things better. But,
That's totally possible.
well,
No,
there was
it's-
that big thing where they poisoned the Coke with the fentanyl or something?
They were doing that to weed, too.
Yeah, I heard they were doing it to weed, too. Like, stop it, people.
Jen, slow down, seriously.
She's going home soon.
I can't drink water that fast. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
well, you're mild compared to her. She's the professional alcoholic of the three.
So this is saying from 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act was passed. Cannabis sales were now taxed. Part of this reason this act was passed was because of all the fear mongering going on at the time. And a huge instigator of that fear mongering was the man behind the Marijuana Tax Act, Henry Anslinger. Now he was naming that. This is when racism and xenophobia really kicked in. He took the scientifically unsupported idea of marijuana as a violence-inducing drug, connected it to black and Hispanic people, and created a perfect package of terror to sell to the American medium public by emphasizing the Spanish word marijuana instead of cannabis, because marijuana actually wasn't spelled with a J, it was spelled with an H. But they changed it. He created a strong association between the drug and the newly arrived Mexican immigrants who helped popularizing the states. He also created a narrative around the idea that cannabis made black people forget their place in society. He pushed the idea that jazz was evil music created by people under the influence of marijuana. But these racist ideas didn't just influence on the media's portrayal of the public's perception of the drug. The discrimination they're encouraged was evident in real numbers. So, in the first full year after the Tax Act was passed, black people were about 3 times more likely to be arrested for violating narcotic drug laws than whites, and Mexicans were nearly 9 times more likely. Mexicans were nearly 9 times more likely to be arrested for the same charge. So,
wow,
that was it when he first made the shit legal back in the 30s. So it's a win.
Do you know that it was legal for a bit in the 60s, but then they made it illegal again? And that hemp itself was actually made for many of things like rope and paper.
That's been talked about. That our cannabis fucking rope is actually fucking 4 times stronger than actual rope. And top of paper too. They don't know this. Paper fucking it is I think 2 or 3 times more fucking dense.
Yes.
And this has been a basic fucking debate, and I'll keep quoting fucking Rogan because he said this shit. An average fucking tree to produce paper takes what? 200 fucking years, 300 freaking years? How much are you chopping down fucking trees? A cannabis fucking plant, it takes...
Go back in a year.
4 not even, 4 or 5 months shit too. They can...
What do you guys... No.
What?
They can mass produce 10 times the fucking amount of cannabis fucking plants that they can use.
It's a plant that can grow under crazy conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could put through a hemp plant through the shit and back and it'll still grow back.
Yeah.
But like I was saying too, this was even fucking sucks that with companies and shit. Like, there's companies out there, even if your fucking state legalizes this shit, your company can say that.
Yes.
What did she say?
I don't know. I'm listening to you.
Even if your state legalizes the drug and shit too, your company can fucking still say we can give you tests to test you and it's still fucking fire you even if you're taking this stuff, which is still hypocritical because I've always said this in the past. If it's your fucking day off work, like I had today off work, if I want to have a couple fucking beers, have a couple fucking beers, go back to work, no freaking problem. My day off work, I'm gonna fucking smoke a blunt, whatever. Tomorrow, it's still technically in your fucking system.
Yes.
And that's fucking bullshit. You shouldn't.
Well, here's another thing. Like, say you go to Massachusetts, which is like not even an hour away, where it's legal. So if you go over to Massachusetts, smoke a big fat blunt, and you came back tomorrow and got a fucking drug test, I mean, how's that work?
Yeah.
That was one of the conversations we had in an earlier podcast where I talked about those laws where it's illegal to do something here and you could literally take a step over a boundary or something at a border and it'd be perfectly legal.
Yeah.
Like shit like that is so weird.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't fucking think some fucking states are getting better, obviously, with legalizing the stuff and decriminalizing it, but from a federal level, the fucked up part is even when a state does legalize this shit too.
It's still illegal on the federal
level.
So even though the state might say, in fact, they said shops have closed down because it's still illegal on the federal level. So if the FBI want to come and like, your shop's closed down, haha, they can do that.
I mean, I can say from a personal standpoint, this is what really kills me too, is like, before I went to fucking jail, I never fucking smoked weed a day in my fucking life. I just never, it
took you going to prison to become a criminal.
Really. Well, like a lot of kids too. Say what it was. Remember, we all had fucking DARE. What was DARE? Drug and alcohol resistance education.
Dare
fucking worked, but even too, it's like, marijuana always had a stigma in the 80s and fucking 90s that, you were a fucking loser, you were a piece of shit, you were a fucking scumbag. If you smoke weed, you were whatever and shit too. So I grew up thinking that, if you fucking smoke weed, you were some scumbag who just sat around all day, watching fucking TV, eating Doritos, and just never did nothing with your life.
The funny thing for me is, it never occurred to me how much my mom actually did smoke weed.
Really? Oh, that's
until I moved in with your mom.
Dare was describing me. I eat Doritos.
What's in, Susan?
And because when we were kids, because they used to sell like the top papers.
Yeah.
And I remember she used to have the top papers, but it it never clicked in my head. You know, if she's smoking Newports, why does she have the top papers?
Yeah.
Your mom.
But, you know, so
Your mom.
over time, as I
mom.
started getting fucking smart, I started doing my own research and, you know, started talking to people, you start realizing, too, like, from the health benefits and shit, too.
Yeah,
There is, and Rogan said this as well, there's different things with hemp. There is so many fucking health benefits to ingesting fucking marijuana, like, we can be here all fucking day talking about them.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's right.
in terms of fucking, even from a painkiller aspect, like, look, I've had fucking multiple surgeries done on me. There's people out there, and I agree with them. It's like, I do fucking believe that too with the drug companies and the pharmaceuticals and shit. It's amazing how fast they'll push onto you a fucking 20 fucking bottles of Oxycontins and Hydrocontins and shit too. Which you take these fucking pills, there's 350 fucking side effects. It's like, here's Oxy. It'll kill your pain, but it'll destroy your liver.
More addictive too.
And I refused the fucking morphine for my appendix out. I was like, get the fuck out of me. Like 2 ibuprofen. 2 ibuprofen will fuck me up. Get the fucking
But the thing with fucking marijuana has literally fucking zero side effects. There's not a single side effects to fucking marijuana. In fact, in terms of overdosing, it would fucking take you'd have to eat like 600 fucking pounds of this shit to even do damage to your body. There is no fucking side effects.
Chris? Like,
I know.
Yeah, that shit.
Like I had to argue with the nurses, dude.
I understand, but that's what fuck the hypocritical aspect is like. You know, you could sit there as somebody. I've been in certain situations where it's like, you know, I've even fucking told mom this. Mom has fucking back issues. Well, I'm scared to take these fucking pills, this and that. Mom,
Mom was allergic to penicillin.
I was like, Mom, take a pot gummy or something. Fucking try a pot brownie. Even take a fucking hit off a freaking joint. The pain aspect. It's a fucking natural. It's to me, the fact that we're still legalizing this shit too is like saying I fucking planted tomatoes in my fucking backyard, or I planted apples in my backyard, and like now it's illegal. It's a natural fucking recurring herb that's grown in nature and shit too. And the fact that we're making this shit still illegal, it's fucking insane.
Yeah,
I cannot get over the fact
about
that you just
the
said
second
herb.
time that my appendix is out. Take the morphine drip out of my fucking arm.
So
crazy stuff.
I can't do it.
Well, like you're saying too, but Al, you know, it just sucks though is that fuck some companies and shit too. It's like you still.
I understand my body, my fucking.
Yeah.
Shut up! It doesn't discredit.
This is the first and last time.
I'm trying to say, but they had a fucking morphine drip after my fucking second appendix surgery, and I was like, listen, take it the fuck out. Give me fucking 2 extra strength fucking ibuprofen. And they were like, no, you're gonna be hurting later. Then they let me hurt, dude. Like, I'm born and raised res. Like, come on.
I'm res shit.
You cannot, with my body type, you think in the IV that you can put a morphine drip in me? No.
So,
I'm
anyway.
gonna see flames on the ceiling.
Yeah, so Al, fucking, do you like, I don't know, how, I thought I said the reason I don't fucking either smoke more or fucking eat more is because of, I understand that our company or my company, they freaking, there's random fucking drug tests is a very possibility, but like, does that, I mean, how often do you fucking mess with stuff or just like, do you
I
not?
don't. I haven't for years and years.
Yeah.
My last event was back in like 1998 where I smoked marijuana and somebody had laced it with something and it should damn near killed me. That was literally the last time.
Yeah.
And that was...
But then, like, right now, if you want to go to, like, say, to, like, a legal pot dispensary and get some gummies or a fucking joint, like...
See, the problem became for me, like, I haven't... It was so many years that I went without it and the urge to have it just went away.
Yeah.
And I just never had the urge to do it. I haven't done it in years, and now that I work at this job where we can't do it because you could be randomly tested at whatever.
Yeah.
So my drug of choice is alcohol, and I wait till my days off and I go crazy.
It's definitely long term and stuff too. I'm hoping that, like, who knows what'll happen, but like there's been proven, like, even in terms of athletes and stuff too, like, you know, athletes have to understand we go through different drug tests and shit too, whether it's fucking roids or different performance enhancing drugs. Some companies right now too are fucking, they're burning their athletes for smoking weed, and like, look, weed isn't a fucking performance enhancing drug.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's still a drug, and they're telling them not to do any drugs.
Yeah.
Like even Mako Phelps, like, I really doubt that doobie made him swim faster.
You see, my problem with marijuana and athletes is that marijuana is kind of a downer. It mellows you out. So if you're competing hard and you smoke, it's not going to have a good effect.
Exactly.
So that's why I advocate for heavy steroids for the athletes. Like, let's jack these guys up on serious things.
But,
Yeah.
but there are fucking different levels. Like obviously, if you drink fucking one beer, one drink versus fucking 10,
Yeah.
different fuck levels affecting your system. Same thing fuck with weed. It's because it stays in your system the way it does stay. There are fucking different tests that you can administer, which most companies weren't doing right now. So, but there are fucking different levels of THC in your fucking body. If you fucking smoke right now for the next couple hours, you're pretty fucking high. That high doesn't last for 30 goddamn days.
No.
And the fact that some people are like, well, you smoked weed fucking 3 weeks ago, now one company's gonna fire you. Dude, if I fucking smoked a fucking blunt or ate a pot brownie 2 weeks ago, that has zero effect on my fucking me going to work today.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's the problem. It's like, I don't feel, I've met guys, there are such thing as, functioning alcoholics. There's functioning, say what you want, heroin fuck addicts. There's functioning fucking cokeheads. If a guy fucking works Monday through Friday and wants to fucking do a coke bender all fucking weekend, he shows up fucking Monday morning to work at 9 o'clock, he's fucking fine, does his job okay, I'm all fucking for that, I really am. What he does on his freaking days off, this company has no fucking...
Yeah, as long as he's not coming in all fucked
exactly.
up, let him be him.
Which is, to me, that's also my view on social media, too. Social media doesn't have the fucking right to dictate what you say or fucking do outside these walls.
I also think it depends on the job you have. If you're like a janitor that's going to clean a building, I don't care if you're fucked up, but if you're like, ooh, you all right there?
You should probably go upstairs.
Blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm fine.
But if you're like a nurse that's like giving important medication to people, I don't know if I ever want you on any substance ever.
And see, that's where the problem starts, because the type of job you do makes your company liable if you're responsible in any way for human life.
Yeah.
Like, so the minute you have some kind of accident where somebody's hurt or killed and they test you and you come up positive on any substance, now not only are you in major trouble, but the company's also in major trouble.
Yeah. But that's how it is. But that's why it's like, I'm not like, actively smoking, because I could get random drug tested too. So I'm like, not like, oh, let's go.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're at the fucking 220 mark. It's because it's been a fucking rough week with this whole thing. It's been hard for me to like create new stuff to talk about, or it's just to focus on new shit, because it's like it's hard to stay away from this thing because it's fucking everywhere. I mean, I'm seeing actors on fucking Instagram posts like, RIP. I'm seeing people on fucking Twitter. It's just like it's hard to focus on a different comedy aspect for a little while because it's so much there. So it's like
there's so much going on. And
I feel like it's hard to fucking like try to do like a lot of comedy stuff, and I feel kind of bad like listening back to this that this isn't as funny as I usually want to make this because
there's like serious shit going on. You can't avoid the inevitable.
Yeah, but I still feel like the premise too is I tried laughing this episode as much as I could, and tried being on a semi, fucking funny note, and but it's difficult sometimes. Sometimes when there's a lot of shit, horrible bad shit going on, it's hard to fucking, like our friend Elliot's not here now. He just texted me, Al just said this too. He's like, Chris, now they're setting fires down South Pro Street in Albany. Like, oh great, we're trying to fucking.
Elliot and Junior are not getting weird, right?
I don't know what they're doing. They're just doing stupid shit.
It's a Saturday frickin' night,
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's becoming more of a race to fucking thing than ever before now that I've done.
I don't think so.
Like, I understand, but once a motherfucker got his fucking murder manslaughter charges, like, why does it have to spread to other cities other than like, we're not putting up with this shit. We're not putting up with this shit, black, white, or otherwise. We're not putting up with the shit. So now, like, it's like a ripple effect. It's like a ripple effect of this fucking racism.
But not that I agree at all with the rioting and, like, destructing of property, but it's like, this is what happens when you piss people off who've been stuck in quarantine for fucking months.
Yeah.
Like, do something. So I mean, people should be pissed off. What happened to that man was disgusting.
The other aspect of it is you got to consider the fact that a lot of these people are people who have been prodded by the police constantly.
Oh,
It's like if I'm fucking with you every day and I'm poking at you every day and I'm daring you to do something every day, at some point you're gonna fucking react. Exactly. At some point there's gonna be a reaction.
You're like, do something, and then when you do, they're like shocked. It's like, well, you told them to do something.
And that's the thing
that's when there was fucking phone cameras ready.
The downside of it is
that what you're saying, Al?
Yeah, innocent people are gonna get hurt.
Is that what you're saying? Like, people in that parts of the world, like, it doesn't happen here in New York.
Yes, it does.
It does happen.
It does, but not around us.
Yeah. No, the shit happens
Sad but
everywhere.
true,
And
it
it's
is happening in
Yeah.
Albany at this
I'm
very
not
time.
blindsided.
Yeah, but
I don't see color, but I'm also blindsided. Like, if I saw some shit, like, I would fucking defend some shit. I don't care if you're fucking Asian, you're fucking Mexican or black
yeah,
or
but
white or
it doesn't
like,
matter because like
whatever.
that situation, like
There's not enough people like
we've all fucked said before, and this is also a problem too with agendas and shit. You see people online saying, well, you know, like
Same thing.
like I was saying before, this asshole fucking mayor saying, like, you know, well, this guy was breathing, or he may deserved it, or the cops got somebody else too, another asshole off the fucking street. And there's people out there who sit there and say, like, you know, why were people sitting there filming this? Why weren't they helping out? Come on, man.
What could they do?
Exactly.
Can
but
I tell
The
my
minute
two
you
older...
interact with the police in
can I-
that
They're
way,
gonna
you're not
shoot
breaking the
you.
law.
Exactly.
Chris and Jamie are both my older siblings. Can I tell you a fun story?
Oh,
good
boy.
God.
it better actually be fun.
2 years ago, my friends from Jacksonville came up to Poughkeepsie, I think it was.
Poughkeepsie.
Kind of came with me. So I was standing in line for the fucking women's bathroom. I'm fucking wrecked. Or bar hopping, like whatever. If you want me to be honest, I wanted to go to that more poppin' club because that's where we're gonna find Blow, not at the like the rinky dink fucking restaurant thing. So that it was my idea to go to that bar. This man that's taller than my boyfriend. So he's 6'7", 6'8", and Jack. I was standing in line, pee-pee dancing, and the girls, we were parallels. Men's room and a girl's room. So I'm like 2 people away, 1 people away. I was the next person in line. This big ass, jacked ass, flamboyant motherfucker. Like, I don't care what his nationality was. And he was like, nope, bitch, I'm next in line. Actually, no, you're not. No, you're not.
So where's the
Because
comedy?
I've been sitting in line for a half an hour. Ask Ken to tell you the story. Ask my 3 best guy friends
boy.
to tell you the story. So I was like, nope. And I
I'll
ran
wrap this
into
up.
the single stall bathroom. Closed the door, locked the door. I pissed because I waited rightfully so. So he decided until he got to there was a V off of men's room and girls' room. He decided that I was next, and then he was gonna be as flamboyant as fuck, and then he was gonna punk me down. I don't know, cause I was fucked up. So he thought that he was gonna punk me down, and I was like, nope. Close the door. I come out. This motherfucker looked like he was taller than my boyfriend. He's a fucking jacked motherfucker. And then some of my friends was like, yo, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta go. This is in fucking Poughkeepsie, New York. So he goes, no, come here. He got the whole bar against him. Against me. They're like, nope, we're gonna fight. I'm gonna fight this big ass, jackass male.
So
I don't care how fucking much he thinks he's a female. Listen, I was born and raised. I'm not gonna fucking turn down a fight. But my friends are my friends that are with me, and Kenny that is with me. Listen, this big ass, jacked ass man is gonna knock me out cold. Y'all gonna carry my fucking body and put me in the fucking hotel room. Fucking put a fucking cold washcloth on my face. I'm not, but I'm not born and raised to fucking back down from a fight.
So where's the comedy?
The entire town was like, fight. I'm not fighting a bitch. I'm not fighting a bitch my size. My size are bigger. I will take on a bitch my size plus 3 sizes bigger than her. A bitch. Black, white, Asian, fucking martial arts, fucking Chun Li, fucking bring it on, bitch. I will fucking carry it on. But you got a man that thinks he's a woman? He caught me in the line of going to the women's bathroom, and I was like, yo, no offense. Yo, no offense. And then all my guy friends, they're little midget. They're a little short.
So,
I love
ladies
them all
and
to
gentlemen,
death.
this is from Bud
My
Light.
boyfriend is 6'6", but
That's
doesn't
wine.
matter. I can handle my own.
A couple
But the
apple
whole
cider
fucking
beers.
town was like, fight.
All right. So wrap this up. So
Yo, I'm not like
Yeah.
Jax. He was fucking Jax when she had her way with a bunch big black man. Like Jax. He was ridiculous.
all right. So you want
I
to
was
say
like,
you want to say
I'm
your
gonna
goodbye?
die.
You want to say your goodbyes, Sue?
I went willingly. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.
What the shit?
Yeah, because it's
Bye-bye.
besides being fucking dour, we can't really.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We have laughed a lot. So anything you want to
Bye, Jamie.
anything you want to say, Al? Because I mean, do you usually fucking wrap up and I'll
Bye-bye.
wrap my shit up.
Support your neighborhood. Support your neighbors. Donate and protect your local community.
Yeah.
Be good
Hey
to
guys,
each other.
listen very
Stop.
closely.
Be good
I love
to
you.
each other.
But I always, yes, I'm just going to say, hey, again, fucking listen back on this shit too. Sorry, the point of fucking doing this stuff too is to talk about some serious shit, but also make people fucking laugh their ass off. And listen back to 8 and 9
Real people.
was pretty goddamn hilarious and stuff. And like, I want to actually like keep this a comedy thing. I mean, talk about some real shit for a little while. And this unfortunately felt like was the most serious one we've done so far. But considering this shit's been, it's been
Sorry.
fucking non goddamn stop. That's why. So. Look, going fucking forward, I want to make them then this serious people. The point of doing this is like if you're at fucking work, if you're jogging, wherever you are, you want something to fucking laugh at. You don't fucking need to listen to 2 hours talking about some shit that
Well-
you can hear. You can hear this shit anywhere fucking else.
Anywhere, yeah.
We all fucked up. We're with you people. We are blue
Anyway.
collar losers.
And some people
Like,
need a
we
drink
are
list
living
too.
with you guys.
Somebody needs more.
We're getting
Yeah.
fucked up, but we're
Water.
living with you guys.
Yeah. So as always, guys, I'll end this fucking. One time I'm gonna clean this shit up but also by fucking saying that, guys, I don't want your fucking money. I don't need your money, and especially damn sure right now we got a lot of serious shit going on too. And if you got fucking money, save it for some important things coming up because your community may need your fucking funds right now to repair some shit.
Don't give us your
And,
money.
and try to be fucking blue collar and
Try to give us your money. We're gonna give it to our local.
Yeah, we're not
so
gonna.
just give it to your community first.
Anyway, as I was saying, the fucking point too is that there's a lot of people out there fucking suffering, especially right fucking now. And the whole thing of fucking racism is this shit affects everybody. And cops, them shit got to be fucking in check. Cops got to fucking start taking responsibility for their actions, and they target a lot of fucking people out there. It's not just. So they don't fucking target black people. A lot of people are fucking treated unfairly. This bullshit's fucking happening, and going fucking forward, the solution isn't going to be fucking rioting and destroying your
and
own
don't see
communities.
color.
And,
Don't
alright,
see
so,
color because we don't.
Yeah, when we come fucking back on Tuesday, we'll fucking. I'm gonna write some shit down and try to get some more. We need to get some more laughter back in the shit. But
Damn straight.
and I apologize for being such a fucking dour episode. And we'll see you again. Bye.
Bye.